All right. Good evening, everyone, to our reading of the American/British classic, A Fish Called Wanda. We have an amazing cast here tonight. Playing Wanda herself, we have Karina, beneath me, at least from this perspective. Playing Mr. John Cleese, aka Archie Leach, which, if you don't know, was Cary Grant's real name. We have Jeremy down there. Uh, Playing Ken, the great Michael Palin, is being played by the great Logan. Uh, Playing my namesake George, and also Wendy, John Cleese's wife. We have Travis over here, and doing the scene description and also playing some fun characters, including the mean old lady, Mrs. Cody. We have Eric, of course. And then I'll be playing Academy Award winner Kevin Kline, Otto, the best character in movie history. All right, so whenever you're ready, Eric, let's get started.
Fish Called Wanda by John Cleese and Charles Crichton. If I said his name right. Exterior Old Bailey Day. Busy London scene. St. Paul's in the background. Superimpose MGM credit. Exterior Lincoln's Inn Field Day. Legal folk meander through Lincoln Inn's field. Interior Law Courts Oxford Day. Legal folk throng the building and behave importantly. Superimpose production credit. Interior Law Courts Oxford Day. A court in session. A judge and jury are enthralled by the forensic power of Archie Leach. Superimpose Jack John Cleese. Exterior Batten Gardens Day. We start to close in on a sign reading London Diamond Merchants. We pull back to reveal other similar signs and then the street itself. Out of the doorway comes a smartly dressed young woman. She is Wanda Gershwitz. She pauses and surveys the street as the camera closes in on her. Superimpose Jamie Lee Curtis. She holds a bag. The camera is now so close that when she moves her hand, we can see a lens which she has been concealing. We hear a faint click. Wanda adjusts the position of the bag. A second faint click. Interior Otto's Pad Day. A bare basement room with minimal furnishings, part Japanese bedroom, part gymnasium. On the bed sits a figure in full lotus position. It is Otto West. He holds a book, Beyond Good and Evil. But he is dozing. An alarm clock goes off, and in a flash, he wakes, draws a pistol crossbow, and draws the bolt so that it wedges itself between the two vibrating bells of the distant alarm clock, thus silencing it. He yawns. Superimpose Academy Award winner Kevin Kline. Interior Ken's room. George's flat. Day. A model of a strong room is adjusted. Ken Pyle is comparing it with a photograph. He's satisfied. Superimpose the great Michael Palin. Putting the photograph down, he walks a couple of steps, collects 2 tubs of fish food, and leaves shop. On the wall behind him, we see several animal rights posters. Interior living room. George's flat. Day. A room furnished in strong but confused taste, dominated by a beautiful furnished aquarium, which Ken is approaching. Among some pretty tropicals is a superb angelfish. Ken puts his face close to her.
Hello, Wanda.
Superimpose the title of our film, A Fish Called Wanda. Ken feeds Wanda. She eats. A burly, aggressive fish enters the shop along with a slightly tired, ornate one. Superimpose with Tom Georgeson, who plays George Thomason, and Maria Aitken. As Ken continues to feed the fish, the front door opens behind him and Wanda enters, followed by Otto.
Hi, Ken.
Hello, Wanda.
Ken, this is Otto.
Hi, Ken. Wanda's told me a lot about you. Hey, great fish.
Thank.
Squeeze a lemon, little tartar sauce. Fantastic.
Wanda nudges Otto. Otto squeezes her boob. Smoothly and quickly, Wanda removes Otto's hand as Ken turns.
What?
George back yet, Ken?
She makes for the kitchen.
No, he had to go to the bank.
Otto stares at Ken. Ken looks at him.
What?
That's a nasty stutter you got there, Ken.
Ken is dumbstruck.
Hey, don't worry, it doesn't bother me. So I hear George needs a weapons man for the job.
Ken looks sharply at Otto. Wanda calls from the kitchen.
Cup of tea, Ken.
Yeah, he wants one. I had a good friend in the CIA who had a setter. Cost him his life, damn it.
The front door opens and George enters. Wanda runs to him from the kitchen.
Hi, George.
She embraces him, and he returns the affection condescendingly. Ken is hot on her heels.
Hello, George. Get egg with scotch?
Yeah.
Ken scampers off. George eyes Otto.
George, this is Otto.
So you're Wanda's brother.
Good to be here, George. England's a fine country.
Did she explain what we need?
Otto makes a rapid movement, causing a knife to appear in his hand, and then throws the knife so that it sticks perfectly between the eyes of an animal on one of Ken's posters in the alcove. George, Wanda, and Ken stare, impressed, except for Ken.
Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Interior Law Courts Day. Archie watches intently. In the jury box, the foreman is standing up.
Not guilty.
Shouts of joy from the gallery. Archie smiles quietly to himself, nods to the juror and the prosecuting counsel. Superimposed credit. Various folk hurry up to Archie to offer their congratulations. The solicitor, the defendant, and his supporters. Superimposed credit. Archie shakes hands graciously and accepts their congratulations. Superimpose another credit. Brilliant, Mr. Leach. Bloody brilliant, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Not at all. Glad to be of help.
Mr. Leach, I really must congratulate you. The way you...
Superimpose credit. Do you have a moment, Mr. Leach, just for a celebration drink?
I'd like to, but I've got to get on my next case, I'm afraid.
Interior living room, George's flat day. Gang sit around the table with papers and models. George touches model car.
They're worth about 100,000 each, and there's 130 of them. That's 13 million, my friends.
Ken is impressed.
Dollars or pounds?
Pounds, pet. It's the big one. So the police will watch all the airports, so we don't meet up at Heathrow until Tuesday, and that's it.
George looks at Wanda.
Okay.
George looks at Ken, who nods. They all look at Otto. Pause.
Otto?
Yes?
Okay.
What?
The plan?
Yeah, great, no problem. What was the middle part about the police?
We don't meet up until Tuesday because
Oh, yeah.
I haven't finished yet. Because the police only watch the airports for 72 hours.
I know.
Here's your ticket.
Let's do it.
What do you get for the stuff in Rio, George?
Kevin Delaney thinks we'll get a 75 quid, pound, dollars.
Whistles.
You want me to get
Otto is staring. Ken's stutter is getting worse.
a car for the
Yeah, yes, Ken, a limo, okay, and put diplomatic plates on it, right?
Ken rises and goes to the fish.
What if he has to say something during the break-in?
Nobody speaks during the break-in, Otto.
It's okay, Otto. Ken's good.
So next week we won't need to look for work, and it won't need to look for us. Oscar Wilde.
George leans over the kisses Wanda. Otto exudes malice, rises and crosses to Ken.
You really like animals, don't you, Ken? What's the attraction?
You can trust them and they don't
Get on you?
show off all the
You know what Nietzsche said about them, don't you? He said they were God's second blunder. Bye, sis.
Otto walks to the door. Wanda leaves George's side.
you can tell him for
See you, George.
7 a.m. here.
Right. Don't let him touch you.
One more day, we're together.
If you call Mom, I'll send her the money next week.
Otto leaves. Wanda goes to Ken.
Sorry he's a bit insensitive, Ken. It's sad, but Dad used to beat him a lot.
Ken nods understandingly. And then
Good.
Exterior, George's block day. Otto lithely descends the staircase and comes out of the main doors. Suddenly, he freezes and flattens himself against the building. A gun is in his hand. He screws a silencer in place and waits. A pussycat appears. Otto fires. A plop! Followed by a loud receding howling. Otto walks forward.
Nice shooting.
He picks up the cat tail and pops it in his breast pocket. Oh my god. Exterior, garden, Archie's house day. Wendy, Archie's wife, sits reading a paper. Archie comes out of the house into the garden.
Hello, dear.
No response.
Had a good day?
I spend the morning trying to get the waste disposal man to come have lunch with Majority Brooks, who takes up the entire meal complaining about her husband. Then I have to play three rubbers with that half with Philippa Hunter, and I go back and Sanderson has sent the wrong flowers.
Oh no! Would you like some tea?
Yes,
I won the case.
this is the first moment I've had to myself.
Archie re-enters the house. Interior, kitchen, Archie's house day. Archie enters. Portia, his teenage daughter, is at the fridge, full riding gear.
Hello, Portia. How was the show?
Awful. Honestly, I got a new horse, Daddy.
I thought you liked Smokey.
She's not fit for dog meat, honestly. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Can you
darling.
change her, please, Dad? It's absolutely vital. It won't cost much.
She pecks him on the cheek and moves off.
Well, oughtn't we to...
I thought you were making the tea, Archie.
I am, darling.
I'd suppose I'd better get it.
No, I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
Starts getting it noisily.
I won the case. I won the case.
Oh, now this is cracked.
Interior, jeweler's offices and strong room day. Something violent is happening in a Hatton Garden establishment. Employees are rising in alarm. They disappear from view. From the reinforced glass of the office is splintered by a blast from the saw-off shotgun. The gun swings around and shatters the lock of the office door. Three balaclaved figures burst through the door, pushing a terrified customer before them. The first, Otto, draws on a gun and fires 2 shots at a TV, cameras covering the room. A monitor on a desk in the foreground goes blank. Otto sweeps it from the desk. During these brief seconds, and the other 2 villains, George and Ken, have forced the terrified employees to lie on the floor, hands on their heads. Otto moves swiftly to steal the grid of the strong room, producing a small crossbow as he goes. Ken runs back to the entrance past him. The startled manager comes out of the office and encounters George's shotgun. Otto is peering through the grill of the strong room. On the wall opposite to him is a small panel with a push button in the center. Otto unhurriedly loads his bow with a bolt, thrusts the business end through the grid, takes careful aim at the button, and fires. The bolt finds its target. The steel grill swings slowly open. Ken rushes by, pushing something odd-looking on wheels into the manager's office. Otto replaces George guarding the employees. At the same moment, Ken comes from the manager's office, and he and George enter the strong room, where they start shoveling the contents of the safes into a pouch-like sacks hanging from their shoulders. All this is done with military precision and without a word spoken. Intercut, George and Ken rifling the safes, with Otto terrorizing his captives. He is unnecessarily vicious, delights in poking the muzzle of his shotgun into panic-stricken faces, and intermittently amuses himself by vandalizing the office. He catches the manager cautiously reaching for the secret button of an alarm bell, and forces him at gunpoint to stand erect. An apple from a lunchbox is placed on the manager's head. George and Ken work down the line of safes. George is aware of Otto's behavior and becomes visibly irritated and nervous. Ken is meticulous in his choice. He selects this and that item while nonchalantly tossing the flashier items over his shoulder. The job is finished. George threatens the quaking staff with his shotgun.
You're being watched. See, anybody moves and...
He blasts off a round from his gun. George goes through the glass door of the manager's office just as Otto vandalizes it. He is showered in splinters. Ken has climbed onto the windowsill. He disappears from sight. Exterior George day. From outside, we see Ken rapidly descending Roger's fire escape. The others follow. Emerging at the bottom, the figures hurry across a narrow alleyway into the back of another building. Exterior street, Batten Garden day. A black Mercedes limo waits at the curb with the engine running. In the driver's seat sits Wanda, disguised in a mustache, horn-rimmed spectacles, and a chauffeur's uniform. She is watching the driving mirror intently. An old lady, Mrs. Cody, passes unnoticed with 3 small dogs on leads. Wanda stiffens. We see George, Ken, and Otto walking quickly toward the limo. They are dressed in nondescript clothes with 1 or 2 disguises. They jump into the car, which accelerates away from the curb, but it brakes sharply. They are all thrown forward, and George stares through the windscreen, startled. Mrs. Cody has frozen a few yards into the road beyond the next car and is staring at him. Wanda swings the wheel and accelerates again around the old lady, just missing a dog. Mrs. Cody puts her hand to her heart and scrabbles for some pills. Exterior London streets day. The limo hurries through the traffic. Ken's face stares out of the back window. Exterior London street day. The limo screeches to a halt. The gang pile out of the car, Otto first, and hurry to a metro on the other side of the road, Ken stuttering the while.
That was fun. What wimps.
What is it, Ken?
I love robbing the English. They're so polite.
Dog.
We didn't hit the dog. It's okay, Ken.
They are giving stuff to Ken.
20 million bucks and he's worried about an insect.
It's
The stutter's getting worse, Ken. Have you thought about surgery?
Shut up.
A police car screams by, obscuring them. Pan with the car, cut to the metro roaring off, and Ken leaving in the other direction on his motorcycle. Exterior another street day. Ken is passing a large refuse collecting can. He tosses his bag into the dark interior and speeds on without stopping. Exterior and interior, Muse and garage day. The metro rounds the corner and drives straight into the lockup garage. Otto closes the garage door as the others get out. Inside, they now all carry briefcases to a safe in the corner, and George starts putting the jewelry into it. They move very fast. George slams the door.
Okay, let's split.
George starts fixing the combination.
See you at Heathrow Tuesday, George.
Lie low, no celebrating.
Otto disappears into the news. George glances around at Wanda.
See you in a couple of hours.
Wanda leaves. George comes out, pulls down, and locks the roller door. Sees Wanda departing and goes off right in the other direction. Otto's head appears from a concealed doorway. He watches George until he is gone and then leaves in the direction taken by Wanda. For a moment, the muse is empty. Suddenly, a Mercedes sports car drives up. George gets out. Interior Otto's pad day. Champagne is flowing as Wanda and Otto celebrate amongst packed suitcases.
To 20 million.
Beautiful robbery.
To us.
The greatest brother and sister team since.
Burden and Taylor.
Can you believe those Cockney klutzes bought that story? Climb on, sis.
Otto, I want you to know that if you really were my brother, I still want to fuck you. Now make the call.
Subito carissima, senza moratorio.
No, Otto, no Italian.
Cominciare, 2 insalate verde con pepperoni, un cottoletto di vitello.
No, not yet. Make the call first. Quick.
She gives Otto the telephone. He dials. Wanda writes on a piece of paper.
Do you really have Italian blood?
Assolutamente, sì. Stai arrivederci, Giorgio.
Goodbye, George.
I wonder if you can put me through the police, per favor.
Otto.
Good afternoon. It might interest you to know that the Hatton Garden robbery today was pulled off by Mr. George Thomason, who lives at...
He reads off the paper Wanda gives him. Exterior, George's block day.
That's flat 3, Kipling Mansions, Murray Road, London West 9. A hora bellissima.
George strides through the main entrance and runs up the steps. Interior, George's flat day. George hurries in and calls out.
Wanda, change of plan. Let's move. Wanda,
Nothing. George looks at his watch, perplexed. Then, picking bits of glass off his trousers, he walks toward the bedroom, loosening his trousers. He glances out of the window and stiffens. He hurries back toward the door of the flat, but it is halted by a knocking. George freezes. His hand goes to his pocket and finds his safe deposit box key. He holds it and looks around. He sees a small carton and fish food by the tank, opens it, puts the key inside, runs to the window, and keeping low, lobs the carton out of the window as the knocking restarts.
Open the door, or we'll knock it down.
George thinks about the trousers, gives up on the problem, and goes and opens the door. Several policemen are outside. One steps forward.
George Francis Thomason?
Exterior road outside George's block day. Otto and Wanda in a car watch George being brought to one of the 3 police cars, getting in the back seat. Wanda checks her bag.
Passport? Tickets?
The police car drives off.
Money.
Otto pulls out without looking and drives off fast in the opposite direction, almost hitting another car. Asshole! Had to say it. Interior George day. Garage day. Otto with the stethoscope is kneeling by the safe. Wanda hovers.
How's it coming?
Hard, very hard. Should take me what? Oh God, 10 more seconds. Sing to me, honey.
Oh. Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
We're rich, Wanda.
Seriously rich.
Give me a kiss. I bet these are the best 2 weeks you ever had with anyone.
He holds the door of the safe triumphantly. Wanda produces a koch from her bag.
You said it.
Otto opens the door. They stare in.
Okay. Disappointed! Where is it?
Wanda gets the koch back in her bag and starts thinking.
Son of a bitch! What do you have to do in this life to make people trust you?
Either I just lost that page or I don't have that.
Hang on a sec. It's 19 of the PDF, and here we go.
Uh-huh. What was the line that you were just on?
What do you have to do in this life to make people trust you?
Shut up.
Everybody tries to take advantage of me.
Shut up and think. Where'd he move it?
Otto thinks, then draws his gun and fires 3 shots at the safe.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking what I'm going to do with him. I'm going to sew hedgehogs inside him, then I'll hang him up with piano wire. Then I'll... Where are you going?
We're going to talk to him.
Then I'll make carpaccio out of... Talk to who?
Interior room jail day. Close up, George. He sits with the solicitor, Bartlett, and Archie.
So in the course of installing these windows for your parents, you were kneeling on the floor where there was broken glass from the pane you'd dropped. Is that
Right,
right?
that's right, sir.
And your mother and father can confirm this.
Yes, and his aunt, Georgina Thomason.
Good.
Door opens and a warder looks in.
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yes?
Thomas, there's a young lady to see you.
Anything else?
No, that's everything for the moment. Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Rises and Bartlett goes with him. Archie looks up at Bartlett.
You don't have to dash off, do you?
No, absolutely not. George, your nephew has the fish food. He'll be in later.
George is delighted, but very restrained.
Get out.
George leaves and Bartlett returns to Archie.
What do you think, Mr. Leach?
We may be all right on the glass, but what else are they going to come up with?
Your jail visiting room day. Wanda enters the room. Otto is some way behind. George is sitting, looking impassive. Wanda sees him and runs to him.
Oh, George.
She throws herself onto the chair opposite him and staring at him tearfully.
Oh, darling.
She breaks down. George is in not the emotional type.
Are you all right?
She is convincingly upset. She stares at him.
Darling, oh, say something.
George relaxes a little.
I'm all right.
Wanda cries again.
I can't believe it. Oh, George, I can't handle this.
Okay, doll. Leave it out.
Wanda tries to pull herself together.
Now listen. I was with you at the flat.
Yes.
We slept late. You made me breakfast. I called father at just after 11.
George has seen Otto hovering.
What?
What's he doing here?
He wanted to see you.
Who was it, George? Kevin Delaney? You want me to rub him out? Anything, George. Just name it.
I have friends making inquiries.
Good.
The money is very safe.
Wanda and Otto odd. Enthusiastically, George eyes Otto.
Right. If I can get sent down, it all gets handed back to cut the sentence. Now, to cut my sentence even more, I could tell them who did it with me if I wasn't happy about everything.
There is a silence. Otto thinks.
What was the middle part?
It was piss off.
Otto rises, puzzled, looking around the room.
George, do you want me to spring you?
Now?
George eyeballs him, shrugging. Otto moves off. Wanda is staring at George as Otto disappears.
You don't think.
What do you think?
Pause. Wanda doesn't believe he did, but there's just a doubt.
No, no, no.
Okay, now,
George,
what?
you sure the garage is safe?
Trust me, we slept late.
Exterior, jail, main gate, day. Otto was waiting outside the jail. Wanda comes out smiling charmingly at a solicitous warder who has opened the door for her.
So?
Well, he's not sure it was you. There's something, I suppose.
Well, how about you?
He believes me. That's why he can't figure it out about you.
Figure out what?
Whether you turned him in stupid.
Don't ever call me stupid.
Oh boy. Wanda is staring ahead. Otto looks. He sees Bartlett and Archie walking ahead, talking.
What?
That's George's lawyer. The other guy must be the barrister.
Wanda starts hurrying. Otto follows, but Wanda checks him.
What are you doing?
Trust me.
She hurries ahead. Otto looks doubtful. Archie and Bartlett reach Archie's car. They split up and Archie starts to fumble for his keys. Wanda saunters past, glances at him, looks back again and stops. Archie, about to open the car door, becomes aware of her. He looks at her. She smiles.
Hi, excuse me. Do I recognize you?
No, I don't think so.
You're a famous barrister, aren't you?
Oh, well, hardly.
Can I have your autograph?
Archie is very surprised.
Yes, certainly.
He looks for pen and paper.
I'm studying aspects of your legal system. I'm American.
Oh, really?
Only just started. It's fascinating.
What brings you here?
It's a little embarrassing. I have a friend.
Oh, well, there you are.
I knew it. You're Archie Leash.
Beach, yes.
I'm a big fan of yours. Oh, I really respect your work. I love the way you cross-examine.
Archie is surprised.
I saw you in court about 2 weeks ago.
A casino break-in?
That was it. You were terrific. The way you, wow. I think you're great.
Oh, thank you.
For a moment, they look at each other.
Well, I guess I'm keeping you.
Oh, fine. Right. Well, au revoir.
Oh, you speak French too.
She moves off. Archie gets into the car and looks in the mirror. Wanda glances back and smiles. Archie reacts. On the other side of the road, Ken is slipping into the main gate of the jail. As Archie's car drives off, Otto accosts Wanda.
What's going on?
Okay, whatever George decides to do, he'll tell Leach first.
Why?
Because he's his lawyer.
Yeah, I know that.
So I'm going to get to know Mr. Leach.
Will George tell him where the diamonds are?
That's what I'm going to find out.
Interior visiting room jail day. We open on Ken's closed hand. It opens cautiously, revealing the safe deposit key. It closes again quickly. George leans forward.
You've done well, my son. Where are we going to keep it?
Ken leans forward and whispers, "There are many visitors around them, and George is checking his neighbors."
All right, and no word to Wanda, right? Otto might get things out of her. Now,
George, are you going to get off?
sure, don't you worry, Ken. We'll fix it. Now, everything on Otto. Anything on Otto.
Not yet.
Keep an eye on him.
Interior staircase, George's block, day. Otto lurks suspiciously. At the top of the steps, Wanda is opening the door to George's flat. Interior George's flat, day. Wanda opens the door and calls.
Ken.
Pause.
Okay, the police has been over it. Let me change and we'll start looking.
Otto enters. Wanda goes toward the bedroom. Otto surveys the scene. He sees the fish tank.
Hello, Ken's Papa Pets. Hey, like some entertainment?
He picks up a ruler and calls to Wanda.
So, how you gonna get friendly with the lawyer?
He stirs the tank.
I don't know. I'll think of something.
Fucking fish. I thought Englishmen didn't like women the way they talk.
Comes into Wanda's bedroom. She is in underwear, finding a shirt to wear.
He's straight and kind of cute in a pompous sort of way.
Otto envelopes her.
You got the hots for him?
I'm not into necrophilia, thanks.
Humpa Limey week, is it? Otto doesn't approve. Otto might get jealous. È molto pericoloso, signorina. Molto pericoloso.
Wanda gets turned on. They fall on the bed.
Oh yes, speak it, speak it.
Oh, carissima. Un ossebuco milanese con piselli, un melasani parmigiana, con spinaci, pomodori fritti.
Oh yes, I want you, you slimy bimbo.
Now?
No, not here.
Yes, now. Nessuno dorme.
No. Let's go to your place, quick.
She tears herself away, recovers her shirt, and starts to put it on when she freezes. So does Otto. They can hear Ken opening the flat door.
Wanda?
They stay frozen. Ken is at the main door listening. Satisfied, he crosses to the tank and holds up the fish food carton.
Look what I've got, Wanda. Treasure.
He shows the key to Wanda the fish. As he does so, Wanda the girl peeps through the bedroom door, which has been left slightly ajar. Seeing Ken preoccupied, she opens it a crack more and watches Ken put the key into a miniature treasure chest on the floor of the aquarium. She checks on Otto. He's safely in the bathroom doing his hair. Ken withdraws his arm from the water and dries it on the cloth, always kept by the tank for his purpose. As Ken starts to feed the fish, Wanda wanders out of the bathroom, casually toweling her hair. Ken jumps. Wanda starts.
Oh, didn't hear you come in. Hi.
Where?
Have you seen George yet?
Ken thinks. Wanda kisses him. Ken is thrown.
Ken, honey, I have a terrible headache. Could you just pop around to the drugstore for me and get a couple?
There is a noise from the bedroom area. Ken starts.
What's that?
My brother is using the bathroom.
Ken's eyes flash suspicion and dislike.
Otto.
Yeah, we've just been to see George and...
But Ken is in the bedroom in a flash. Otto stands by the mirror in the bathroom.
Oh, isn't it terrible about George? I love that man, Ken.
What are you doing here?
Well, Wanda's cut up about him, Ken. She needed to talk to family.
She just had a shower.
Ken, looking around, sees the bed is slightly disturbed. Otto notes Ken's eye line and takes his arm.
Ken, I gotta talk.
Otto leads the way into the living room. Wanda is staring out the window.
Can you manage now, sis?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Ken does a take on Wanda's apparent mood change.
Call me if you need me again.
I'll be okay now. Give my love to Mom.
Otto and Ken go out of the door. Ken staring at Wanda. Interior staircase, George's block day. They come out onto the landing. Otto slams the door and turns to Ken.
What's the matter with you? Can't you think of her feelings?
There's something funny going on.
Oh
What?
dear. You don't even know why you're excited, do you?
The bed.
Otto claps his hands together to get Ken's attention.
Ken! I didn't want to say this while George was around, but isn't it time you face up to certain realities?
Ken is fairly surprised.
Come on. You're a very attractive man, Ken. You're smart, you have wonderful bones, great eyes, and you dress very interestingly. We could have a lot of fun together, and I really think we'd be good for each other. What do you say?
Ken finds it difficult to speak.
You must be.
Ken, may I kiss you?
He leans in toward Ken, who struggles and pushes him away.
Not.
Just a peck, no tongue.
Interior flat day. Kosan Wanda looking at the key and drying her arm. She hears the sound of the struggle outside the door and Ken stuttering in protest. She pops the key into her locket, thinks for a moment, goes to the phone, lifts it, and stands frozen in this position. Interior staircase day. Ken has managed to push Otto away and is breathing heavily.
You didn't realize I was gay? What is this? Okay, I'm sorry, Ken. I've handled this badly. Look, the physical side can wait. We need time. Will you think about it?
Ken breaks away and hurries back upstairs. Otto goes off down the stairs. Exterior torches block day. Otto appears to the door, runs 3 paces, and throws up. Interior George's flat day. Wanda is standing in her frozen position when the door opens and a shattered Ken enters. Wanda suddenly looks alarmed.
Oh my God.
She stares at Ken. Ken is too distracted to have heard.
Oh my God.
She drops the phone. Ken looks toward her.
Somebody just called.
Ken is still not taking things in. Wanda grabs him by the arm. He starts back.
Ken, they said the police know the loot is in garage in Fulham. We must get it now. Quick.
She hurries him to the door.
Come on.
Ken is bewildered. She pulls him after her through the door.
Come on, Ken.
Interior staircase, George's block, day. Wanda pulls Ken down the stairs. He resists more strongly.
Please.
It's all right.
Wanda checks.
What?
It's all right.
George?
Wanda's brow is furrowed with concentration and anxiety.
Moved.
Wanda's astounded.
George moved the loot.
Ken nods, embarrassed. Wanda grabs Ken and shakes him.
Where did you move it? Quick. There's no time, Ken. Where did you move it?
Ken can't get a single consonant out. Wanda reacts, thinks, and then suddenly howls. Tears bubble out. She puts her hand to her mouth, runs upstairs, disappears. Ken is totally confused. He chases after her. Interior, George's flat day. Ken runs into the lounge. Wanda isn't there. He hears the sound of sobbing coming from the bathroom.
Wanda!
It's okay, Ken. Really, it's fine.
Ken tries the door. It's locked.
Why are you...
It's very painful for me when people don't trust me. Ken, it's all right. It's my problem.
I will scream. Ken is heartbroken.
I do trust you. I
Put it somewhere?
promise. There's
A key.
yes, that's all I know. I love you, Wanda.
Wanda opens the door in a flash.
Oh, Ken, you sweet, sweet man. No, don't be sorry. If it wasn't for George.
Ken is deeply touched. Wanda strokes him.
So George moved the loot somewhere. You don't know where, but he gave you a key to it?
It's in the...
No, don't tell me. Trust me. And don't tell George you told me about the key. You know how angry he'll get, okay?
Ken nods. She starts thinking.
Otto tried to George make?
I thought he might.
Exterior prison yard day. An identification parade. Distant yapping can be heard. The old lady who witnessed the getaway, Mrs. Cody, is walking along a line of men holding cards. She approaches George, whose face looks slightly odd. As he is trying subtly to distort his features, the old lady spots him immediately and says to the policeman, Ibsen, who accompanies her, and Inspector Marvin, who is watching, That's him. That's the one who tried to murder my dogs. The rest of the line are interested. Inspector Marvin writes in his book, Interior garage day. Otto, breathless and grimy, has taken the garage part. The car is in 17,128 pieces. He looks around.
Okay, so what? It's not here. So he's moved it to where? Think. Bastard. I'll get his... Think! What? Where? He's moved it to... Think. To... Yes! Make a fool of me!
He fires 3 more shots at the safe. Interior locksmith shots day. A locksmith is examining the key through the eyeglass.
No, nothing. No marks at all.
But it is a safety deposit box key, or...
Oh, yes, but could be any one in England. Millions of them. Banks, offices, hotels. Sorry.
He hands the key back. Wanda grimly replaces it in her locket and thinks. Interior Archie's chambers day. Archie sits at his desk working on a brief. Wanda comes into view outside. He gets up, pulls out a legal tome, and turns to the right page. As he does so, he becomes aware of being watched. He looks out of the window. Wanda waves. Archie stares and then returns the wave. Wanda mimes, "Can I see you?" Archie waves her around to the main door. He hurries across the room, opens the door onto the corridor, and calls to his clerk.
Davidson.
Davidson appears from his office. Yes, Mr. Leach.
There's a young legal student at the door, wants to see me for a moment. What time's Sir John here?
12:30, sir. Davidson goes, and Archie hurries back to his room, hesitates, hurries to his desk, and sits studying deeply. The door opens, and Archie looks up, rises, and strides across the room to Wanda.
Well, how very nice to see you again.
Am I interrupting?
Absolutely not.
You sure?
Delighted to see you.
He offers his hand, but Wanda steps forward and kisses him on the cheek, which startles him.
I was at the courts this morning.
Archie moves to offer her a chair.
What are you doing?
Oh, offering you a chair.
Oh,
Sorry, please. I'm afraid I only have a few minutes before,
Wanda sits. Archie goes around desk to sit.
Well done. Still, till then, I'm all yours, as they say. So what can I do for you?
well, I'm having some problems understanding preliminary criminal procedures.
Ah, good.
What exactly is a committal?
Interesting. It's basically a preliminary investigation where the prosecution presents prima evidence that the accused has a case to answer for trial.
Well, that's what it says in the books, but look, take for example, my friend in jail, George Thompson, when he appears at the committal on Wednesday.
Thomason?
Yes,
George Thomason.
yes, he's,
I'm defending him.
what are you talking about?
I'm his barrister, his lawyer.
Oh, that's so weird. Great. I'm so glad you're defending him.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So I can really watch you work.
Please.
So at the committal, George will plead.
Not guilty.
Really?
Oh, yes, the evidence is largely circumstantial.
But there's been an identification.
True, but a very elderly lady. I think we've got the wrong man.
You don't think he did it?
No.
Oh, but let's just say theoretically that you did.
If more evidence against him came to light, you mean?
Right. Then you might advise him to plead guilty and get his sentence cut by handling back the diamonds via who? You?
Theoretically, yes. Well, you see how embarrassing.
What?
I'm really most frightfully sorry. I've forgotten your name.
Wanda.
What a fool. What a fool. Well, Wanda, there are really 3.
Strange look comes over his face.
Not Wanda Gershwitz.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's the matter?
You're his alibi. I can't talk to you.
Why not?
My dear young lady, you are a defense witness. I must ask you to leave immediately. I am so sorry.
What did I say?
It is not ethical for me to talk to a witness.
Everyone does in America.
Not in England. It's strictly forbidden. I'm very sorry. I must insist. Please.
Wanda is looking at Archie oddly.
Oh, Archie.
Archie takes a step back to her.
I didn't come here to talk about legal procedure.
Archie stares.
Come on, you know the moment I walked in here.
Archie experiences truly profound puzzlement.
I want you, you fool.
What?
Intercom buzzes. Archie answers it automatically.
Yes.
Sir John is here.
Thank you. Show him in.
I want you to make love to me.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Will you take me to bed with you?
No. Sorry.
Please, you make me so wet.
The door opens, revealing Davidson. Wanda pecks Archie on the cheek and walks out past Sir John.
Bye, Uncle.
Archie sees Sir John.
Hi.
Sir John looks at him strangely. Exterior, Archie's chambers day. As Wanda walks away, Archie's face appears at his window, staring after her. Interior, Otto's pad night. Wanda lets herself in.
He's pleading not guilty.
Otto was doing Tai Chi to the sound of a recording of a battle. Wanda takes a deep breath.
So you're safe till the trial, unless new evidence come up. And Leach doesn't think he did it.
Otto laughs.
And Ken says there's a safe deposit key, but only George knows where it is. Thank you, Wanda. So what have you found out?
Not a lot.
You realize he's in court tomorrow.
Yes, I know that.
Nothing, eh?
Nix, zip, dick, niente.
Wanda stiffens. Venetian gondolier, so I can say that better. Music replaces his small arms fire. Interior, Archie's bedroom night. Close up, a brief is laid down on a bedside table. The Crown versus George Thomason. Archie sits on the bed. Portia is complaining to Wendy, who sits at her dressing table smearing on coat cream.
Oh, it's too big.
It isn't, Portia.
Oh, it is. It's much too big. It's absolutely enormous. Oh, please, Mother.
No, absolutely not.
You don't care. I'm so miserable.
Oh, dude, shut up, Portia. All I get all day is people complaining to me, huh?
Runs out.
Oh dear.
Archie starts to remove his trousers. Interior, Otto's pad, night. A belt buckle pings. Otto is removing his trousers more interestingly.
Oh, l'uomo.
Interior, Archie's bedroom, night. Archie's shirt comes off, revealing a slightly baggy vest. Wendy is absorbed by her dressing table activities. Interior, Otto's pad, night. Otto's shirt comes off with a flourish.
Tu cappuccini con sucero.
Interior, Archie's bedroom, night. Archie gets into bed. Wendy is peeling off her blouse. Interior, Otto's pad, night. So is Wanda.
Le due copole grandi della cattedrale di Milano.
Interior, Archie's bedroom, night. Wendy gets into bed. Archie is deeply engrossed in his brief. Wendy glances at it. She sighs. Interior, Otto's pad, night. In the gloom, spectacular humping is taking place to the sound of Wagner.
Dov'è la farmacia? Sono vicino che nella piazza San Marco a Venezia. Allora vogliamo bere un bottiglia di Chianti Classico e di San Pellegrino.
Interior Archie's bedroom night. Wendy reads a horse and hound. Archie is engrossed in the brief.
Archie, I want you to speak to her about plastic surgery. Like plastic, not rubber surgery.
Hmm?
I do wish you to listen to me. I want you to speak to Portia.
Oh, yes, right. I'll have a word with her in the morning.
Good night, Archie.
Sighs and turns the light out on her side.
Good night, Archie.
Good night, Wanda.
Pause. Wendy's head comes back up.
Good night. Who?
Oh, sorry, darling. Just some stupid case I've got tomorrow with some lousy old hag.
Wanda, sufficiently disguised to be not immediately recognized, sits on one of the public benches in a fairly relaxed but busy courtroom. George stands in the dock with a PC by him. Archie and Bartlett are sitting at the front of the court, and Otto and Ken separately further back among the public. The court is presided over by a woman, stipendiary magistrate. Oh, God, I can't read. And run by a clerk of the court. No one wears robes except the usher.
Are you George Francis Thomason of Kipling Mansions, Murray Avenue, London, W9?
Yes, sir.
George catches Wanda's eye. She makes an encouraging face.
Charged one of armed robbery. Sit down, Mr. Thomason. Are you ready for a committal today, Mr. Percival?
Percival, the prosecuting counsel, rises.
Yes, it will be under section 6-2, madam.
That is so. Section 6-2.
Otto at the back is keeping a general eye on things. He is sitting some way from Wanda and Ken.
Here are the statements, all to be fully bound, please.
Stand up then, Mr. Thomason. You're hereby committed to stand trial at the Central Criminal Court.
George now indicates to Ken that he wants to speak to him. Ken nods.
There is some urgency about this case, madam, as the main witness is Miss Aline Cody, is elderly and has had certain heart difficulties recently. Is there any possibility that this case might be put down for an early trial?
Wanda looks at Otto. Archie confers quietly with Bartlett.
This is for the listing opposite of the Old Bailey, Mr. Percival. Take him out of the cell, please, officer.
The copper with George stands and rummages for his keys. Ken darts forward. Otto, alert, watches. The magistrate and clerk converse privately. George says something to Ken and slips with a piece of paper. Otto's eyes narrow. The copper turns to take George out and waves Ken away. Ken hurries away. Otto moves in his direction. Exterior courtroom steps. Day. People spill out down the steps. Ken among them. Otto falls in beside him.
Hi, hon.
Ken starts but keeps moving. Otto stays with him.
Wow, you look great. Time for a coffee?
Ken declines vigorously, shaking his head.
I've got to.
Have you thought it over? Oh, one thing, Ken. Why did he give you this?
Otto has stopped. He has George's piece of paper in his hand. He reads aloud.
Eileen Cody, 22 Lincoln House, Basil Street.
Ken's eyes pop. He grabs at his pocket, realizes, and dashes to Otto.
What's he want you to do? Send her flowers?
Ken tries to grab the paper back.
What, do her shopping? Show her a good time? Rub her out? Have a bit of
Ken jumps a foot in the air. Otto stares at him. Ken looks furtive.
What? What, he wants you to rub her out? He's gonna kill her!
Ken makes a panicky move to hush Otto. The passerby pump. Gulp.
Fuck off or I'll kill you. Lemmy fruits.
Passerbys disappear. Otto starts shaking with laughter.
Oh, Granny's gonna meet with an accent, huh, Ken?
Shh. Shh. What's so funny?
Well, wasting old ladies isn't nice.
It's better than buggering people.
Otto is helpless with mirth. Ken gets the paper back. Otto controls himself.
Ken, I bet you £1 you don't kill her.
All right.
His jaw set. Ken stalks off. Oh, God, this is in the script. Sweet. Otto calls after him, attracting attention.
Look at that man's ass when he walks. Is that beautiful or is that beautiful? No, keep going.
Otto turns and sees something. It's Archie in conversation with another lawyer, watched by Wanda. He is following Wanda, who is herself following Archie. Exterior streets near courtroom, day. Wanda, still disguised, stands near Archie, who is talking with a legal friend, Zebedee.
I'm tied up the whole day.
So how soon could you look at it?
Let's see. Thursday's hopeless. Dinner Thursday night. Friday.
Wanda is close enough to hear as they slow down.
My wife's going to the opera on Friday evening. I'll look at it then. Call me at the office Saturday morning.
I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, Archie. Bye.
Bye.
Wanda moves to Archie as he sees her.
Hi.
Archie double takes on Wanda's semi-disguise.
I know we mustn't be seen together. Oh. Call me.
We're not allowed to talk.
We don't have to. I don't want you for your conversation.
Look,
Please.
I can't.
Oh, Jesus.
She lets out a strangled cry and hurries off. Archie stares after her.
Sorry.
He's upset. So is Wanda, who keeps walking. Otto appears as Archie stares after her.
What's happening?
Got a date Friday.
Interior laundry room, Mrs. Cody's flat day. Close up of the gas meter. Whistling, the back of a man's head comes into shot as he peers in at the corner. He writes in his notebook. He glances into the corridor. It's empty. He suddenly grabs a piece of underwear from a pile and stuffs it inside his shirt. Still whistling, Mrs. Cody appears. Will you stop that noise? The dogs are trying to rest. There is a frightful yapping, and Mrs. Cody's doglets rush into the room. Ken puts out a hand, making kissing noises. One of the dogs bites him. Ken shakes his hand in pain. Exterior, Mrs. Cody's block day. Ken emerges, sucking his hand, and mounts his motorcycle. Interior, Archie's car day. Archie, Wanda's pink note in hand, is dialing her number on his car phone. He is parked in a suburban street. He's nervous. It starts to ring. Interior, George's flat day. Wanda, near the start of her evening primpling, picks up the phone up. Interior, Archie's car day. Archie chickens and puts the phone down. Interior, George's flat day. Wanda smiles and goes to choose a dress. Exterior, George's black day. Wanda emerges looking stunning, just as Ken dismounts from his motorcycle and runs up the stairs with Cody's underwear in his hand. Ken hides the underwear behind his back and then stares at Wanda's clothes.
Hello, darling.
She kisses him and notes his surprise. She indicates her outfit.
What? Oh, don't worry about this. Otto's taking me to a gay club, and I just want to be safe.
He watches Wanda for a moment, and she goes down the steps, and there he hurries inside. Wanda goes up to Otto's car and opens the door. Interior, Otto's car day. Otto is in full position in the driver's seat, dating.
What are you doing?
The Buddhist meditation technique. It helps you focus your aggression. The monks used to do it before they went into battle.
What kind of Buddhism is this, Otto?
Exterior, George's block day. Otto drives off suddenly, causing a car to brake noisily. Otto hits the horn. Interior, Otto's car day.
Asshole! It's an early tantric. What's this?
Otto, to get the information, I have to be friendly with him, okay?
Interior, Archie's house, hall day. Archie is mounting the stairs, carrying a brief. Wendy appears below. Portia lurks unenthusiastically.
Right. Well, we're off now at last.
Good. Well, enjoy the opera.
Portia pulls a face.
Your dinner is in the fridge, Archie.
Marvelous. Thank you, darling.
Be good.
Wow. Archie reacts. Interior Otto's car day.
When you say friendly, what are we talking about here? Cordial, courteous, supportive, familiar?
I don't know exactly, Otto. We'll have to see what happens.
Fine. So friendly might include actual, what, penetration, yes?
Look, I don't need your jealousy right now.
Jealousy.
Yes.
Look, I am merely curious about jealous of that fop.
Interior kitchen, Archie's house day. Archie is looking into the fridge. He sees a pork pie and a few tired lettuce leaves on a plate and 2 apples. Interior Otto's car day.
What about my chest?
Does he get to handle them?
That's my forecast, yes. I'll stand by that.
Nuzzling?
I think $20 million is worth a little nuzzling. So 80% chance there.
Sucking?
I thought you weren't jealous.
I'm not. I don't believe in jealousy. It's dumb. One thing, though, touch his dick and he's dead.
Exterior suburban road day. Otto's car roars past. We stay in another car stationary at the side of the road with a puncture. Wendy and Portia examine it. Wendy sighs and looks at her watch. Oh no. Interior den, Archie's house night. Archie sits on the sofa, nibbling a lettuce leaf and reading a brief. Exterior driveway, Archie's house night. Otto has opened the front door with some CIA device. Wanda slips inside. Otto closes the door again quietly, turns, sees something by his car in the drive. In a flash, he's on the ground rolling for cover. A gun in his hand. He aims and fires. Plop! Cat noises. Keep killing cats. Otto smiles coolly. Interior den, Archie's house night. Wanda, looking wonderful, wow, stands inside the door behind Archie.
Do you despise me?
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
Hi. I couldn't keep away.
Thank God.
Can I stay?
Archie smiles and rises.
Of course. Look, Wanda.
I know your wife's not coming back.
No, it's not that. She's gone for hours. It's about what I said to you. It is all right for us to talk,
It is?
provided we don't discuss the case.
Fine.
But if anyone saw us together, they'd think,
They won't.
Pause.
sorry if I'm not used to,
You're the best.
can I get you a drink?
Please. Vodka.
You are the sexiest, most beautiful girl I have ever.
From outside comes a heartrending feline yell. Oh my God.
Seen
Otto.
in my entire life.
Drink.
Exterior lawn, Archie's house night. Otto is examining a fine fluffy tail from another cat. He wafted it in the cool air.
That is a beauty Siamese.
He blows on it, pops it in his breast pocket, and moves off, making kissing noises. He glances up at the window. Archie appears and begins pouring a drink. Behind Archie, Wanda appears. She turns Archie around and kisses him. It's a big kiss. Otto stares. Archie and Wanda sink out of sight. Otto's lip twitches slightly. He looks thoughtfully at his gun and absentmindedly tightens his silencer. He is torn. Interior den night. Archie and Wanda are on the floor, caressing and staring into each other's eyes.
I want to have a long affair with you, Archie.
Do you really?
Yes. And it'd be easier if George was guilty, wouldn't it? I wonder if he really is.
Is what?
Guilty.
But he was with you.
Wanda kisses him hard to cover her logical error. Shit. Exterior Archie's house night. Otto is on the roof, peering down into the den. Due to the configuration of the furniture, he can only see feet. He thinks. Interior den night. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, darling, we mustn't talk about the trial, okay?
But it affects us, Archie.
But darling,
Kiss me here. Doesn't it?
How does it affect us?
Archie moves Wanda's locket out of the way. Interior hall, Archie's house night. The latch is being opened a second time. The door yawns silently. Otto enters and listens, and hears a moan. Interior, den, Archie's house, night. Archie is nuzzling contentedly. Wanda is moaning loudly.
Where did you learn to do that? Oh, Archie. So, say someone like George decided to plead guilty. He'd tell you about the loot first, wouldn't he? He'd tell you, oh, you're so gorgeous. Where's the diamonds were before he told the police? Yeah?
The normal procedure and the defendant changes instructions in his legal presentations, especially in regards to his plea, is fully and in all aspects to re-instruct.
Wanda has seen Otto. She mouths, "Fuck off."
What's the matter?
Wanda waves Otto away with a hand behind Archie's back.
Oh, yes, that's wonderful.
I'm not doing anything.
Yes, but it's the way you're not doing it. Oh,
What?
darling, you're getting me turned on.
Sorry,
I've got to stop for a moment. Could I have a drink?
here.
A cold one. Have you got anything on ice or...
Champagne?
Oh, my favorite. Thank you, darling.
Don't go away.
He hurries out of the room. Wanda quietly. The locket lies on the floor, unnoticed.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Relax.
Get the fuck out of here.
He won't see me. If he does, I'll kill him.
Will you get
Wanda
out?
hits Otto hard.
I heard the
Will you
moaning. I
get-
was worried.
I'm faking, you stupid fuckwit. Now get.
Don't ever call me stupid. And I'm not jealous.
So leave then.
Okay. Nice place.
Out.
Otto laughs and begins to leave. He wags an admonishing finger.
Don't make me kill him.
Interior hallway, Archie's house night. Otto comes down the stairs like a cat. Oh boy. He listens for Archie. Satisfied, he opens the front door, goes to leave, stops, retreats, closes the door, does a mini panic, regains his cool, and shoots up the stairs again. Interior den night. Wanda is arranging herself for Archie's re-entrance. Otto runs in.
His wife's back.
In a flash, they have both disappeared. A moment, and Wendy and Portia come up the stairs. Wendy walks in and goes straight to the drinks cabinet. Portia goes upstairs. Archie bounds into the room with a champagne bottle and 2 glasses on the tray. As Wendy has her back turned and is wearing the same colored dress as Wanda, he doesn't realize it's her for a moment.
Champagne.
Wendy turns. Archie sees her and screams!
Ah! Ah!
What's the matter?
Archie's eyes flicker around the room. Wendy eyes the tray.
What are you doing?
Champagne, dear. To welcome you home, I'll pour you a glass.
He puts the tray down, checking the room for Wanda. He starts pouring. Wendy watches him, puzzled.
Who is the car
The car?
blocking the drive?
Archie's pouring gets worse. He's filled 2 glasses.
There you are, dear. Cheers.
He drinks.
Nice to see you again. How was the opera? Finished early.
Whose car is it?
Wendy is looking at Wanda's abandoned glass.
Oh,
Otto appears from nowhere.
Oh, that's mine. Where'd I leave my glass, Archie?
Archie does not believe this is happening. Otto looks around.
Ah,
He goes and picks up Wanda's glass.
Who is this?
oh,
oh, hi, I'm Harvey, Manfred Jensen, clone. I'm with the CIA. Good to know you, Mrs. Leach.
CIA?
Yes, I was just telling your husband before I visited the beautiful bathroom. We've got a high-ranking KGB defector in a safe house near here. We're debriefing him as of now, so we're just checking all of the houses around here
For what?
for KGB.
Is there any danger?
Oh, no, not now. We just wanted to keep everyone informed, okay? Thank you, Archie. Sorry to have troubled you folks. I'll see myself out.
Oh, but Wendy puts a hand on his arm.
Keep everyone informed?
So there's no panic.
But isn't it secret?
You have no idea how secret, Mrs. Leach.
Well, why are you telling everyone?
It's a smokescreen?
What?
Double bluff. Listen, you obviously don't know the first thing about intelligence work, lady. It's an XK Red 27 technique.
My father was in Secret Service, Mr. Clone, and I know perfectly well what you don't keep the general public informed when you debriefing KGB defectors a safe house.
Oh, you don't, huh?
Not unless you congenitally insane or irritatively stupid, no.
Don't call me stupid.
Why on earth not?
Otto glowers, boiling. Archie sees Wanda, who waves to him from behind Wendy.
You English are so fucking superior, aren't you? Well, would you like to know where you'd be without us to protect you? I'll tell you. The smallest fucking province in the Russian Empire, that's what. And what thanks do we get? Nothing. Zippo. Diddly squat. Because America's rich and powerful, and you fucking English don't like winners. So don't call me stupid, lady. Just thank me.
He turns and starts to leave. Wendy follows.
Well, thank you for popping in and protecting us, Mr. Clone.
As Otto and Wendy disappear downstairs, Wanda pokes her head out of hiding.
If it wasn't for us, you'd all be speaking German.
That's my brother. He was covering for me.
Oh,
Get her out of here or I'll split.
right. Yes, I'll think of something.
Who are you talking to?
The door.
Myself, darling.
Who was that shouting?
The brother of a friend of mine.
And he's coming back up the stairs.
Archie,
Yes, dear.
why on earth?
I don't know. Extraordinary. He rang the bell and I opened the door.
I need a drink.
Let's go down to the pub.
What?
Let's go to the pub. Have a drink there. Do you want to come, Portia?
Portia has seen the locket. It is very near Wanda's hiding place.
We haven't been to the pub for 15 years.
Be nice for Portia to see it.
What's this?
Down to pick the locket up, Archie realizes and moves fast.
Look!
Oh, yes. Thanks, Portia. Okay. Coming with us.
What was that?
A sort of locket.
Nothing. Okay, let's go.
What's going on?
Nothing, darling.
Can I see it?
Looks mystified.
In your hand. In your hand, your other hand.
Archie is paralyzed. Wendy takes his hand, opens it, and takes the locket.
Portia, go to your room. I can explain everything, dear. I left some papers at the office. Now, and they sent a new girl over.
Oh, Archie.
No, really, she's Canadian, and she mentioned it was her birthday, so...
It's lovely. Thank you.
Wendy kisses him. Archie is stunned. Portia leaves the room, shaking her head. What the fuck?
It's the most beautiful thing you've ever given me.
Wanda, alarmed, peeps out, registering the loss.
And you've had it engraved.
She shows the W, the W on the locket.
Oh, darling, thank you.
She kisses Archie again. Archie suddenly grabs her and kisses her passionately. Waving Wanda out of the room, he holds Wendy very tightly.
Archie, this isn't like you.
Wendy responds. They embrace, mystifies. Wanda slips from her hiding place and out the door. Archie watches her go. He moans quietly. Wendy moans loudly. Outside, a cat howls. Jesus Christ, Otto. Exterior, Archie's house night. The house. A light goes off of the den as the side of the two figures depart, arguing furiously in muted tones.
What the hell do you think you were doing?
Hey, I saved your ass, baby.
I had him just where I wanted him, and you.
The car door slams.
All right, let's do it.
Interior dining room, Archie's house day. The leeches are finishing breakfast. Wendy is reading the paper, looking very relaxed. Archie, preoccupied, is trying to concentrate on a brief. The telephone rings. Portia runs in and answers it eagerly.
Hello? Oh, Dad.
She leaves, dumping the phone. Archie comes to pick it up.
Hello. Not at the moment, no. Uh-huh.
Glances at Wendy's locket.
Yes, I'm not absolutely sure when I'll be able to get a hold of that. Yes, I appreciate that.
Wendy glances at him, sees him looking at her, and happily indicates the locket. Archie beams uneasily.
As soon as possible, yes. Uh-huh. Well, that would be very nice, obviously. So, see you soon, I hope.
Wendy rises.
Goodbye, Frank.
He puts the phone down. Interior Otto's pad day. Wanda puts down the phone and returns to her breakfast, preoccupied and irritable. Otto is nearly reading the portable Machiavelli, but that little intuition he has makes him suspicious.
Guy is so stiff and awkward and pompous, and
He's English, Otto. It's normal.
why are you so bothered about the locket?
I'm not.
A pause as Otto stares.
It's just George gave it to me.
So,
He might ask where it is.
tell him you lost it.
I like it. What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
No.
Oh, that's nice. That's real sweet to say to me this morning. Thank you.
It's not personal. I don't trust anyone. And I don't want you to trust me either. I couldn't handle it.
I'm only just realizing how far down the food chain you are.
Why do you think so many relationships break up? Trust. It puts too much pressure on people. The spontaneity goes.
Remind me, Otto, why are we together?
20 million bucks. And I like playing hide the salami with you.
Do you ever write poetry, Otto?
Yes, why?
Speaking of 20 million, what I'm doing to get is keeping George happy. Seeing if Ken finds out anything and setting up Archie so we know what George is going to do. What are you doing, Otto?
What was the last part?
Where do you go when I'm talking to you?
Look, there's a lot going on up here.
Your mind wanders, Otto.
If you could only understand the concepts.
What are you doing for your half, Otto, apart from managing? I'm going to butcher this.
Machiavelli? I do not
Machiavelli.
dangle.
Start making inquiries, Otto.
Beginning where, for instance?
Beginning anywhere.
Exterior, Mrs. Cody's block of flats today. A slightly dirty black van with minimal windows is parked about 30 yards from the entrance up to the block. Inside the van are Ken and a huge, fearsome dog called Maggie. The dog is half Doberman Pinscher and half dragon. It is growling fearsomely. It has a muzzle on. Ken tries to keep it calm.
Easy, easy, Maggie, easy, girl.
Through the small window in the back, Ken sees Mrs. Cody and her 3 little dogs coming out of the block.
Here, smell.
Ken produces the stolen underwear and holds it to Maggie's muzzle. Maggie gets more excited.
Kill.
Inside the van, carnage. Suddenly, the van doors fly open. Maggie lands outside the van, knickers around her head. She tosses them off and sniffs. She looks in the direction of Mrs. Cody and sets off toward her at a terrifying lope. Mrs. Cody hardly sees Maggie before she is upon her. In one deft movement, Maggie takes one of the small dogs in her jaws and disappears down the street with it. Mrs. Cody puts her hand on her heart. The black van drives off. Exterior, Kensington Cemetery, Pet Cemetery, day. A very bandaged Ken lurks behind a tree. He is watching the burial of Mrs. Cody's little dog. A vicar presides. The moment of interment arrives. Sad music plays. A tear rolls down Ken's cheek. Interior safe deposit box area, day. Close-up photograph of George.
Did this man deposit anything here on the morning of May 2nd?
The clerk looks at the photo askance.
Who's asking?
MI5.
I didn't see it.
Otto flashes the card again.
I still didn't see it.
This is important, old chap.
So we are unable to divulge confidential information of that kind you are seeking without proper identification and authorization.
Otto grabs him by the throat, puts a grenade to his head, and pulls the pin out.
Did he?
No, never seen it before. I swear to Jesus.
Okay. Now where do I find Barclays Bank, Craven Road?
The petrified clerk points. Otto replaces the pin.
Thank you. Good morning.
Otto leaves. Interior, George's flat day. Close on Otto knocking on the door so that we don't recognize a moment where we are. The door opens, revealing the bandaged Ken with a black armband.
Hello, Angel. What happened? Well, what's that? Oh, not Granny, is it? Well, who's it for then? A fish? A phone operator? A Frenchman?
A friend.
Oh, a four-legged one? Oh, hard luck. Where's my sister?
She's in the laboratory.
Otto wanders toward the bedroom, calling.
Wanda!
Wanda emerges from the bathroom, alert.
Anything?
What? No.
Wanda goes back into the bathroom.
Why are you here?
Because I'm bored. Bored with wandering around London, showing George's pic, talking to a lot of snotty, tight-ass, numb-nutted...
He sees Wanda's handbag and moves to it.
English shirt-lifting nerds. Jesus, they're uptight.
Otto pokes around in the bag and sees an envelope addressed Mrs. W. Gershwitz, private and confidential. He glances at the bathroom and sneaks the letter out.
They get rigor mortis in the prime of life in this country. Standing there with their hair clenched, just waiting for the weekend so they can dress up as ballerinas and...
Unfolding it, he starts as he sees something in the letter. Insert, see you at the flat at 4. To be St. Trevor's Wharf, E1.
Whip each other at the flat at 4. To be honest, I despise them. Pretending they're so fucking superior. With these phony wharfs, phony accents. Not you, Ken. You have a lovely speaking voice.
And disappears.
When it works, bastard.
Wanda appears.
Heard from him? So, want some lunch?
Who?
Archie.
No, I've got to finish my hair. No.
Nothing? Okay, well, I'm off then. No plans to see him?
No. Bye, bro.
Otto wanders out of the bedroom and sees Ken walking along.
See you, Wanda.
He picks up a photo of her and puts his fist through it. Ken turns.
Oh, sorry.
What? What?
Interior living room, Archie's house. D.
It wasn't theirs to sell. An old woman gave it to them to be engraved. She's about 80 and dying, and it's of great sentimental value, and somebody put it in the display cabinet by mistake.
So
Oh?
that's their problem?
Well, not really. Legally, they can't give title to it if...
You pay for it?
And they accept their mistake, so they're offering you this, which is worth over 3 times as much, and even...
And this is the nicest thing you've ever given me that I absolutely love, and now you want me to give it back.
I don't want you to give it back.
Well, they can't have it.
Wendy!
No.
Wendy!
Tell them they can't have it. You're the barista.
You're the bloody barrister. She runs into the garden. Archie fumes impotently. Exterior friend's flat day. Wanda comes along the street, looking at the numbers on the houses. She pauses and checks a number on Archie's letter. Interior friend's flat day. Archie is preening the flat. He checks the champagne, turns the music up, looks around, and checks his appearance. Interior corridor outside friend's flat day. Wanda is outside the door of the flat. She opens her bag and prepares to go into combat. A squirt of scent up her skirt. A smudging of the eye makeup. A deep breath. She rings. Interior friend's flat day. Archie opens the door. Wanda enters.
Hi, hey, it's nice.
You like it? It belongs to someone at the Chambers.
Where is he?
Hong Kong. He's away for weeks. Don't worry. We spoke this morning.
It's lovely. Nice bug.
She admires a thick white rug by the fireplace. Archie turns the music up.
May I have the pleasure?
He polkas with her rather well and flamboyantly for a few seconds. Wanda is surprised.
You make me feel so free.
Free?
Wanda, have you any idea what it's like being English? Being so correct all the time, so stifled by this dread of saying the wrong thing, of asking someone whether they're married, or hearing, "My wife left me this morning," or of saying, "Do you have children?" and being told, "They all burned to death on Wednesday," or getting somebody's name wrong, or having our flies open at a state funeral. Wanda, we're terrified of embarrassment. That's why we're so dead. Most of my friends are dead, you know. We have these piles of corpses to dinner, but you're alive, God bless you. And I want and I want to be, and I want you to be. I'm so bored with all this. I want to make love with you, Wanda. I'm a good lover. At least I used to be, back in the early 14th century. Can we go to bed?
I thought you never asked.
Archie suddenly sweeps her up in his arms, carrying her into the bedroom, and lays her on the bed. Otto is watching through the lower doors of the wardrobe.
I think I love you, Wanda.
Oh, you sweet man. Can I ask you something?
Anything. Anything.
Where's the locket?
I couldn't get it, Wanda.
They are speaking so quietly that Otto has to strain to hear.
What?
Wendy wouldn't give it back. Look, I got you this.
Archie, that's no good. I have to have mine.
Really?
Yes. My mother gave it to me on her death. Sorry.
Otto misses this. He's frustrated.
Okay, all right, I'll get it for you.
Can you?
Yes, I'll find a way.
Otto can't hear a thing, and he gives up.
Don't worry, you'll have it.
Promise?
I promise.
Wanda starts loosening something.
And promise me you'll tell me if George decides to plead guilty?
The wardrobe door is opening slightly in the background.
Wanda?
It affects us, Archie.
Okay.
And especially if he says something about my jewels.
The wardrobe door is open wide. Otto is moving closer to the bed.
What?
He has some jewels of mine and he won't tell me where he put them. You might be able to find out.
Wanda, I can't.
Archie, please, promise me. Sex is difficult for me if I don't completely trust someone.
Okay.
Oh, I love you, Archie.
Otto, crawling to a better listening position, reacts and makes a noise. Archie hears it. His head comes up.
What was that?
What?
I thought your brother didn't bring you here this time.
No, Archie.
I just, he's no idea.
You can say that again.
What?
Oh, he's so dumb. He once told me the Gettysburg Address was where Lincoln lived.
Oh, and those terrible lies he told about the CIA. Oh dear, painful.
Archie snorts with laughter. Otto is slightly imploding.
And when he heard your daughter was named Portia, he said, why did they name her after a car?
Otto, bemused for a moment, struggles for calm. Archie laughs and laughs and laughs. Wanda watches Archie with curiosity.
Not
Oh.
I like the way you laugh, Archie.
There was a moment between them.
And I like you. You're funny. How can someone as bright as you have a brother who's so...
Uh-oh. Otto's head appears over the side of the bed, about 2 feet from them. There is another moment between Archie and Wanda.
Don't call me stupid.
They both see Otto, and there is a cry out and leap away from the bed.
Jesus Christ!
What are you doing here? Get out of here!
In a flash, Otto has entangled Archie in the bedspread, grabbed Wanda by the wrist, and is pulling her out of the bedroom.
Stop! Let me go, you idiot! For Christ's sake, let me go, or I'll...
Otto shoves her out of the door of the flat into the corridor.
I'll deal with you later.
He slams the door on her and is back in the bedroom in an instant. Archie is just standing up. Wanda hammers on the flat door.
What have you done with her?
She's all right. Now, apologize.
What?
Apologize.
Are you totally deranged?
You pompous, stuck-up, English giant twerp scumbag dickhead butt-fucking asshole.
How interesting. You're a true Vulgarian, aren't you?
I've never been near the place. I'm American.
I said Vulgarian!
Oh, Vulgarian. Well, you're the Vulgarian, you fuck. Now apologize.
To you?
Apologize.
Exterior Fred's flat day. Close on Archie.
Alright, I apologize.
You're really sorry?
I'm really sorry, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly.
You take it back?
The camera is turning through 180 degrees and now pulls back rapidly to reveal Archie dangling upside down out of the window of the flat. Otto is holding him by his ankles.
I do. I offer a complete and utter retraction. The imputation was quite uncalled for and was totally without basis in fact, nor was it fair comment, and I deeply regret any distress my remarks may have caused you or your family.
People in the street below are staring up. Archie is being hauled back in.
And I hereby undertake not to repeat such a slander at any time.
He disappears into the window. People look at each other. Interior front spot day.
So, don't ever, ever call me a stupid Vulgarian, okay? And if you try to fuck my sister again, I'll drown you in a bucket of your own blood.
Hammering is so audible. Otto strides to the door.
Think about it. It's part of your life now.
He opens the door and he grabs Wanda and slams the door behind him. In the bedroom, Archie is kneeling, trepid.
I'm alive, thank you God.
Exterior road outside Mrs. Cody's block of flats. Day. The road is deserted. A beaten-up old Ford waits, revving its engine without its lights on. From inside comes reggae music. Mrs. Cody appears with her 2 remaining dogs from the entrance to her block and turns away from the Ford. The Ford moves slowly off after her, and the reggae music is switched off. Mrs. Cody walks a few paces and then prepares to cross the road. And then one of her dogs starts pulling her across the road. The Ford accelerates, but the second dog tangles its leash around the lamppost and hauls Mrs. Cody back onto the pavement. Close on Kennedy is as Rasta, horrified. He swings the wheel to avoid the dog on the road. He fails. It is flattened. Ford, swerving, hits the council rubbish and crashes to a halt. Mrs. Cody, realizing what's happened, runs toward the Ford and belabbers Ken as he emerges three-quarters stunned. He takes a terrible battering before he runs off. Mrs. Cody takes several pills. Interior, Otto's bad night. A row is in progress. Otto is backpedaling.
You said you loved him.
Yes, Otto, that's correct. Now here's a multiple choice for you, okay? A, Wanda was lying. B, Wanda was telling the truth. What are you going to choose, Otto?
You told me you weren't planning to see him.
Right, because I knew you'd come along and fuck it up. And sure enough, you came along and fucked it up, Otto. I was dealing with something delicate here, Otto. Delicate as in don't give it to a brain-damaged gorilla. I was setting up a guy who's incredibly important to us, who will tell me if they're going to arrest you and where the loot is. And you came loping in like Rambo without a jockstrap and dangle him out a fifth floor window. Was that smart, Otto?
Okay.
Was it shrewd? Was it good tactics? Or was it stupid?
Don't call me stupid.
You're right. I'm sorry. To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people. I've known dresses with a higher IQ than you. But you think you're intellectual, don't you, Otto?
Apes don't read philosophy.
Yes, they do, Otto. They just don't understand it. Let me tell you a couple of things, Otto. Aristotle was not Belgium. The central message of Buddhism is not every man for himself.
You read.
And the London Underground is not a political movement. Those are mistakes, Otto. I looked them up.
Otto, for once, is deflated. Wanda sits on the arm of the chair.
Now, you have just humiliated the man who can keep you out of jail and make you rich. What are you going to do? What would an intellectual do? What would Plato do?
Apologize.
What?
Apologize.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Not to me, you ape, to him, and make it good, or we're dead. Or at least you are.
Exterior, Kensington Pet Cemetery. Day. A tiny wreath lies on the tiny grave. Above it, a tiny headstone. Lucky, not so lucky this time. A pause. A tear falls on the wreath, and another. Ken is crying. A wide shot shows him on his own amongst the trees. Yearning music plays. Exterior, Lockbridge Day. The yearning music continues over the distant figures of Wanda and Archie. Archie is behaving emotionally, making points insistently. He pauses. Wanda throws himself at Adam, and after a moment, he embraces her passionately. Close up of the lovers.
You're wonderful.
You're wonderful.
It'll never happen again, I promise. He understands now. He feels terrible.
Really?
Please just speak to him. You'll see. He's so sorry.
Okay.
Interior, Otto's bad day. Close on Otto, so we're not sure where he is.
I don't know what got into me. You know how we Italians are. Impulsive, spontaneous. You've seen The Godfather. Well, you called me stupid, and I just wanted to kill you like this and this and this.
Otto delivers karate blows, but we realize he is on his own, rehearsing. Exterior, Tapping Back Street. Day. Ken peeps out of the doorway, satisfied the coast is clear. He hurries out, carrying a rifle-shaped package, looking around furtively, and dumps it in the boot of his battered van. Interior, large store day. There are plenty of shoppers about. Archie is at a payphone, carrying 3 champagne bottles and a gift-wrap package. He is wearing a raincoat over a Sprancia outfit and gloves. He's laughing happily.
Wonderful. See you at 5 then. Neither can I. No, I won't forget it. I'm going to get it now. I'm going to steal it. I'll explain everything later. What? No. No, he hasn't contacted me yet. But
Exterior, London Street.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See you at 5. I love you.
Close on Otto. Emerging from bank, he crosses a name off the lips and walks off, muttering to himself.
I'm very, very. I want to apologize because I really am very, very, very. Fuck you! Fuck you! You expect me to apologize to you? You slimy, limey bastard!
Passerbys are staring at Otto. He glances at them and double takes.
Yes? Yes? You English, look at you. You stand there with a forest of redwood trees up your big pink hairless butts, looking so shocked and superior. What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen anybody before who was actually alive? You moribund dorks?
Upper class woman bristles.
Don't you speak to me like that.
You ugly old witch. I'm gonna throw you out.
He picks her up and stuffs her head first into a trash can.
Who's next? Form a line here, come on.
The others disperse rapidly, including two big men. Otto calls after them.
Sorry, do forgive me. Don't know what came over me. So sorry.
A small crowd of children applaud. Interior, Otto's pad, day. The door opens and Otto enters, still talking to himself. He goes to a vase and puts several cattails in it from his pocket.
So I'd just like to say, I really do apologize, and well, what else can I say, Archie, except...
He turns to one of the cutout figures. It is now that of Archie. 3 shots hit Archie, figure between the eyes.
Sorry.
Wanda has been watching from the bathroom door.
Otto,
Otto throws himself across the room and rolls, covering Wanda in an instant. Wanda ignores this.
the trial's tomorrow.
Interior, Otto's car, day. Otto is pulling up near Archie's driveway, rehearsing.
Really sorry, and it was very, very wrong of me to dangle you out of the window.
Corner of his mouth flickers and straightens. He gets out of the car. Exterior road near Archie's house, day. Otto approaches the house, muttering. He notes the absence of cars from the drive and looks at his watch. He pulls his gun out of his pocket and starts looking for cats. When he hears a distant breaking of the glass, he is curious. Interior, ground floor, Archie's house, day. Archie's black-gloved hand is opening the back door from the outside through a broken pane. He enters and hurries along the corridor upstairs. Interior, Wendy's dressing room, Archie's house, day. Archie enters and opens Wendy's jewelry drawer. He takes the locket and a few other pieces, puts them into a bag, scatters out the drawers, and runs toward the stairs. Runs downstairs. Interior, ground floor, Archie's house, day. Otto comes through the back door, sees a movement. No more. At the end of the corridor, creeps into the hall, glimpses Archie kneeling at a chest of drawers in the living room. Rummaging, Archie rises. Otto disappears. Archie goes out into the hall and almost immediately comes spinning back in with a raincoat over his head and his arms pinned to his sides, following by Otto. Archie falls over a small table and Otto, in a trice, ties his hands behind his back.
So, try to rob Mr. Leach, would you? Well, I'm going to teach you a lesson. He just happens to be a very good friend of mine.
He stands and reaches a large copper warming pan off the wall as Archie, making muffling noises, tries to stand up.
And he's going to be very pleased with me when he finds you.
Oh, Otto.
Trussed up here, all ready for the police.
Otto brings the pan down on Archie's head with an awful bong.
Ha! And don't call me Otto. To you, I am Mr.
He stops. Archie slumps unconscious. Otto has disturbing thoughts. He drops to the floor and pulls the raincoat off Archie's head. He stares and he panics.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't know it was you. I'm sorry. Please. How could I know it was you? How could you expect me to guess? You stupid bastard. What the fuck are you doing robbing your own house, you asshole?
He starts kicking Archie.
You fuckwit, you moron, you stupid, stiff, pompous English.
He stops horrified.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me think.
He ponders deeply, and then he runs for it. Interior house opposite Mrs. Cody's block, day. Ken, in a living room, holds the rifle. It is beautiful. Slow, he squeezes the trigger. Exterior Archie's house day. Bang, Wendy slams the door of her car in the drive. Interior living room day. Archie stirs and opens his eyes. He suddenly comes to and discovers his hands are tied. Then he hears Wendy coming through the front door and reacts with horror, but Wendy goes upstairs. Archie sees the bag. He stares. From upstairs comes a scream and another. Archie picks up the bag up with his teeth and scatters the contents. Wendy is running down the stairs. Archie sees the locket and somehow gets it and the chain in his mouth and slumps, feigning unconsciousness. Just as Wendy bursts in, she sees him and screams and runs to him. Archie feigns waking up, making moaning noises. Wendy kneels by him.
Darling, are you all right? Oh, Archie,
Archie groans.
are you hurt?
Archie shakes his head, moaning.
Speak to me.
Archie groans sympathetically and indicates he's tied hands. Wendy starts untying him.
Can you speak, Archie? What has happened?
Archie, hands free, stages a coughing fit and gets the locket into his hand and then his pocket.
Archie, we've been burglared.
Oh no!
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Bit of a headache. Ha! I came in here, someone must have hit me. Felt a blow, a kind of blackness.
He's rubbing his wrist. Suddenly, he sees his watch, starts and stares at it. Wendy looks at him.
Oh my god. Is that the time?
What?
I didn't realize it was so late.
What?
He gets up. Wendy stares at him in astonishment.
I'm late for a conference.
A conference? You've just been attacked.
It's nothing really. Look, I must run.
But Archie!
I'll help you tidy up when I get back. Sorry.
Archie hurries out. Portia wanders in casually.
What happened?
Oh, go to hell.
Your father has gone completely mental. The front door slams. Wendy reviews her sense data. Exterior road outside the Archie's house day. Further down the road, Archie's car roars off. In the distance, curiously worried Otto is watching from behind some greenery, probably a shrubbery. Interior, flat opposite Mrs. Cody's block. Day. Ken has his rifle set up with telescopic sights. Points out the window. Interior. Archie's friend's flat. Day. Archie bursts in, breathless. He looks at a clock, which shows 5:03 p.m. He hurries into the kitchen. The appearance of the flat has altered a little bit, but due to Archie's haste and the lingering shots, only the sharpest members of the cinema audience notice anything. Archie shoves the champagne into the freezing compartment of the fridge and puts some music on. As the music swells, he checks his appearance. Interior corridor, Chester Square Day. Outside the door, Wanda prepares to ring, but this time she does so differently, quite demurely by her standards. Then she reaches for the bell. Interior, Archie's friend's flat. Day. Archie opens the door. Wanda steps in.
Hello.
Archie gives her a big kiss. She likes it.
How do you do?
He gives her another kiss. Halfway through, Wanda stiffens. They part slowly. Half of the locket protrudes from Wanda's mouth. She takes it out, looks at it, looks at Archie, and smiles.
Thank you. That's
Champagne?
great.
Archie makes for the kitchen. Wanda quickly opens the locket, sees the key, reacts with delight, and puts it back and puts the locket on. Archie appears with 2 glasses. He gives her one. Wanda drinks.
It's not very cold, I'm afraid. Ha! I went back to,
Let's make love.
Archie looks at her and she puts her glass down.
If you insist.
He takes her hand and takes a step toward the bedroom.
No.
What?
There.
She points to the thick white rug.
Take your clothes off.
She disappears into the bedroom.
Why not? Indeed.
She starts to undress and calls Wanda.
Afterwards,
Yeah?
let's go to South America.
Wanda's face appears at the door.
What?
Let's fly to South America.
Why South America?
Okay, Iceland.
Wanda, more or less reassured, disappears. Archie takes his shirt off.
Wanda,
Yes.
what do you really want out of life?
I don't know.
Why do I like you so much?
Wanda thinks and smiles.
Archie,
Yes.
do you speak Italian?
I am Italian. Sono italiano in spirito ma ho spassato. Una donna che preferisce lavorare nel giardino a fare l'amore appassionato un sabilio grande.
Archie's accent is better than Otto's. Wanda breathes in sharp Archie's in his underpants. He checks his appearance in the mirror and pulls his stomach in.
What's such an ugly language? How about Russian?
He unleashes a flow of superb Russian. Wanda inhales sharply, leans against the wall, and struggles to remain conscious as a drop of saliva creeps downwards from the corner of her mouth. Archie cavorts around the room, maintaining the flow of luscious, rusky chat. Wanda, hardly undressed at all, appears at the door and watches. Archie sees her and stops.
Archie,
Yes.
do you have money?
Not really, no.
What about the house?
That's Wendy's. She's the rich one. Why?
Never mind.
She disappears. Archie starts up the Russian again, removes his underpants, flicks them up with his foot, and tosses them away, and converts. The door of the flat opens, and in walk the Johnston family. A couple in their 40s, 3 children, 13, 11, and 6, and a nanny and a small child. They are all through the door before they see Archie and Wanda. They now all stare at each other for a very long time. The parents are so astonished they do little to restrain their children's natural curiosity. Eventually, a small child starts to cry.
What the hell are you doing?
Archie conceals his private parts with a photograph of Mrs. Johnson smiling.
I might ask you the same question.
Who are you?
What?
Get your clothes on.
Would you leave immediately, please?
What?
You're in the wrong flat. This belongs to George Sherlock. He's in Hong Kong. He gave me the key. Now get out.
We leased it from the agents last weekend.
Well, that obviously changes things a bit, huh?
Wanda appears from the bedroom, immaculate. The Johnstons jump.
Well, I must be going. Third time lucky, eh, Archie? Thanks for the locket.
She goes out through the door as the Johnstons shrink back.
Call me.
My wife.
Embarrassed silence.
Aren't you Archie Leach?
Archie reacts. Interior house opposite Mrs. Cody, block of flats, day. Ken is in position behind a telescopically sighted rifle on a stool. There is movement below. Ken peers. Mrs. Cody is emerging slowly. Ken's eye goes to the telescopic sighted rifle in position. We see the telescope's POV. The crosswires are focused on some apparatus on the scaffolding. Mrs. Cody moves out of the door toward the pavement, leading her remaining dog. We see now above her large block of stone hanging from the scaffolding right above her. Ken watches her for a moment and then returns to the site. His non-telescope eye flickers between the stone ball to Mrs. Cody. She moves to the edge of the step. Ken fires. The bull hits a pulley, a pause. The rope through the pulley suddenly starts to feed through the block, and the block descends. Mrs. Cody checks for rain, as she always does. Here's a thunderous roaring sound. She steps back onto the steps, pulling a dog back with her, and pull her belly up. The stone block plummets onto the dog behind her. Ken screams. Mrs. Cody gets the umbrella up and walks off. The leash tightens. She returns for her dog, but the leash terminates in a concrete block from which a stain emerges. She continues to look around for her dog. Ken screams again and topples off the stool. Mrs. Cody begins to realize what's happened. She shrieks, "Ah!" Ken shrieks. She claps her hand on her heart. Ken rolls around, making agonized noises. Mrs. Cody totters and falls to the pavement. Twitches and is still. Exterior Mrs. Cody's block of flats day. Ken comes out of the pavement emitting groaning noises. He runs toward the block of stone and then notices a cluster of people near it. He approaches, peers through the cluster, and stares at the body of Mrs. Cody. A policeman pulls a covering over her head. Gradually, Ken understands. A smile spreads across his face. Interior, George's flat night. Close-up of Wanda smiling. She sits in her bath, well covered with her foam, listening intently to the telephone at her ear.
Yeah, okay, Ken, you do that. Great. Goodbye, Ken.
She puts the phone down and thinks.
And goodbye to you too, Otto.
Exterior, Archie's house night. Otto sits despondently, waiting for Archie. He looks at his watch. He has a good collection of tales. Exterior, towpath by Kipling mentions Twilight. Archie standing at the water, sad music. He looks up at the window of Wanda's apartment. He suffers gallantly. He sighs, takes a step forward to the building, checks, thinks, and goes to the car and gets in. Sadder music swells over the pretty scene. Interior, Archie's car day, Twilight. Archie, holding the car phone to his ear, is dialing. He takes a deep breath. The phone rings twice and is picked up. He looks at the window.
Wanda, it's Archie. Listen, I've got to finish it. I'm sorry. I can't talk now. There's a cafe called Molly's in Fetter Lane, just behind the law courts. See me there after the trial tomorrow. I'm sorry, darling, but it's not fair on anyone, especially you. I love you, Wanda.
He puts the phone down and behaves sentimentally. Interior boarding house night. An elderly Armenian with a large hearing aid has his ear to the receiver. Who do you want to speak to? Hello? Who is this? Interior, Archie's car night. Archie driving to sad music. A tear runs down from his cheeks as he turns the wheel. Exterior, Archie's house night. Archie's car turns into the driveway and stops. Otto approaches it cautiously. Archie sits inside for a time. Otto pauses. Then Archie gets out, brushing his cheeks, turns as he hears a noise and sees Otto.
Okay.
No, please.
Archie throws up his arms and backs away.
I want to speak with you.
No, I've just finished it. Please.
Archie runs away. Otto gives chase, calling after Archie as they run around the grounds. We hear them faintly.
Please, no, don't beat me up again.
Wait. I want to apologize. I want to say sorry. Wait, I came here to apologize for stupid...
No, please. I ended it. I swear it.
Archie stumbles and falls near the corner of the house. Otto catches him up. Archie cowers as Otto looms over him.
No, please. It's all over between us.
It's all right.
Really? I swear it.
Look, it's all right.
Please believe me. I've ended it.
Will you calm down?
I'm not going to see her anymore. Don't beat me up again, please.
Listen.
I've had a terrible day. Please.
Shut up.
Interior bedroom, Archie's house night. Wendy puts her bedside light on. She can hear noises faintly. She gets out of bed, goes to the window and peers out. She can't see anything. Exterior, Archie's house night. Archie is terrified.
Oh, Jesus Christ, don't kill me, please.
Otto is pointing the gun at him.
Shut up then.
Archie shuts up, but still whispers a little.
Don't kill me.
Okay, look. I want to apologize sincerely for...
Interior, upper floor, Archie's house night. Wendy creeps along the corridor and enters another room where the voices seem louder. Exterior, Archie's house night.
And when I dangled you out of the window, well, it was not a nice thing to do.
Wendy's head appears and she sees the two figures. Otto is putting the gun away.
And then when I attacked you in there, well, I'm really, really. How could I know you were burgling your own house?
Wendy's head stiffens.
I was just trying to help.
Yes, thanks.
I wanted you to trust me.
Please, it was my fault.
That's true. Now about my sister.
I've just finished it.
She's a very sexy girl. I don't blame you for wanting to play around with her.
No, but
Look, I'm sorry I was jealous. Just go ahead and pork away, pal. It's fine by me.
Otto?
Have fun. I just want to help you.
Otto moves off. Wendy's head disappears. Archie sits defeated. The heart-rending music builds. Exterior jail dawn. Damn. The sun rises over the jail. Interior jail day. George is in mid-ecstatic leap. He capers around about a bit, watches by startled warders and a grinning Ken.
Oh, fucking believable.
He takes a moment to calm, then sits again.
You done well, my son. Now, here's the plan. Get 4 tickets for this evening. Rio, first class. Yes, 4. We'll lose him later. Then back to the flat pack. Collect me, then to the Cathcart Towers Hotel to pick up the jewels.
Interior dining room, Archie's house day. Archie stands at the telephone, jaw agape.
When did this happen? Yes, well,
Wendy appears at the door, very composed and smartly dressed.
What case are you on today, Archie?
the jewel robbery, dear.
Jewel robbery? What a coincidence.
Archie doesn't understand.
Well, goodbye.
Are you off?
I am, as it happens. See you later, Ducky.
She leaves the room. Archie is bemused. Interior, George's flat day. Wanda, in a coat, is hugging Ken delightedly despite his scruffiness and dancing a rumba while miming a maracas.
It's so great. It's wonderful, darling. Wonderful.
He's safe.
Yes. Oh, what incredible luck.
She gives him an extra hug and kiss and looks at her watch.
I gotta go. See you at court.
She picks up her bag. The phone goes. Ken goes to answer it.
Good luck. Hello? Oh, hello, Otto.
Wanda indicates she's not there and leaves.
You owe me a
Interior, George's flat day. Otto is standing at the door.
What?
Ken smiles smugly and returns to his packing.
you owe me a pound.
Not Granny.
Met with an accident.
Bullshit, you fucking liar.
He grabs Ken, who coolly puts his head out for the money. Stand out for the money.
Dead?
Heart attack.
Ken sings to himself.
I don't believe this.
So, George will be out by this afternoon. Off we go to Heathrow, pick up the loot, and all thanks to me.
So, the diamonds are at the airport, are they, Ken?
Ken's face falls. Interior courtroom day. A full formal court is in session, well attended by the general public. Archie and Percival sit on the benches. George is standing in the dock with 2 warders. The clerk of the court is in full flow.
On the 4th day of March 1986, you did enter the premises of Nicholas Walt Jewelers of Batten Garden, where they committed robbery at the time of the said entry. They had a firearm contrary to Section 8 of the Theft Act of 1968 and Section F, subsection 2 of the Firearms Act of 1968. How do you plead?
George rises.
Not guilty, my lord.
He sits. The prosecuting counsel, Mr. Percival, rises and addresses the judge.
May it please your lordship, members of the jury, I appear on behalf of the prosecution, and my learned friend appears on behalf of the defendant.
Archie half rises and sits.
And the prosecution will endeavor to prove to you, so that you are sure and satisfied, that the defendant entered the premises in Hatton Garden with two others, threatened the owner and staff with a son of shotgun.
In the gallery above, Wendy is watching this. Interior lobby, Old Bailey, day. Wanda is peering through the glass panel door into the court. An usher moves her away. Puzzled, she looks at her watch. Interior, George's flat day. Ken is trussed up on a chair near the fish tank. On the fish tank is a plate of chips. Ken recovers consciousness and looks around groggily.
Hello, Ken.
What's happening?
Well, Ken, I'm going to ask you some questions
Ken looks apprehensive.
while I eat my chips. First, who was the philosopher who developed the concept of the Superman in Thus Spoke Zarathustra?
Ken looks suitably dumbstruck.
No?
Otto eats a chip, and he takes another and inserts it in Ken's nostril.
That's a chip up the nose, I'm afraid. Friedrich Nietzsche. Next. In which book did Nietzsche claim that almost all higher culture is based on cruelty?
Ken is open-mouthed.
Are you thinking or are you in mid-stutter?
You're mad.
Ken gets a chip up the other nostril with some ketchup on it.
Beyond good and evil. What do they teach in English schools? Next. Nietzsche said God's second blunder was creating animals. What was his first? Oh dear, we run out of nostrils, haven't we? Creating women. Oh, I'll have to ask you an easy one. Yes, where are the diamonds?
Ken gets the point.
Here's a clue. It's near the airport.
I'm
Oh, no hassle, there's plenty of time. I'll just sit here and eat my chips until you tell me.
Otto eats one. Ken almost relaxes.
The English contribution to world cuisine. The chip.
Otto eats another.
Very boring. What do the English usually eat with chips to make them more interesting, Ken? Sparrows, is it? Badgers? Polecats?
Otto's eyes slowly come around to the fish tank.
Wait a moment. It's fish, isn't it?
Otto picks up a little net by the tank and starts fishing. Ken stares with a Room 101 expression on his face. Otto catches a fish, lifts it out of the water, and sniffs it appraisingly.
Down the hatch.
He swallows the fish and smacks his lips.
Delicious. Take your time, Ken.
Otto returns to fishing.
you.
Better eat the green one? Okay.
Otto gets a green one and shows it to Ken.
What's this one's name? Not Wanda, anyway.
Ken reacts.
I'm gonna call her Lunch. Hello, Lunch.
Otto eats the green one. He makes a sour face.
Ugh. Avoid the green ones. They're not ripe yet. The chocolate one looks good.
Otto chases it. Ken is almost fainting.
You haven't forgotten the question, have you, Ken? Want to see his stomach?
Otto shows it to Ken.
Sharon.
Otto eats the chip.
This is fun. I'm gonna open a restaurant where you can do this.
Interior courtroom day. Archie is cross-questioning Inspector Marvin, who arrested George.
You were in court, were you not, Inspector, when the forensic evidence was read?
Yes, sir.
The fact that Mr. Thomas was installing Windows the previous weekend, Inspector, would account satisfactorily for the presence of small particles of glass on his trousers, would it not?
Of anything to say.
No rush, Inspector. Take your time.
Well, back to the funniest scene. Interior, George's flat day. Otto glances at his watch grimly and belches loudly. Tears roll down Kent's face. Otto peers into the tank.
Only 2 left. I think I'll have the lemon one.
With a flourish, Otto scoops up a yellow one, tosses it in the air, and catches it in his mouth.
I'm almost full. Almost.
Stop!
Otto is interested.
Please, don't.
Where is it, Ken?
Otto goes back to the tank.
Come on, Wanda. Gullet time.
He catches her and shows her in the net to Ken.
Fishes. They're the ones that can't breathe out of water, aren't they? Pop her in my mouth? Okie dokie. What are those hotels by the airport?
Otto pops Wanda in his mouth. Wanda's tail protrudes between his lips.
The Post House? The Airway Sheraton? The Cathcart Towers?
Ken's face flickers.
The Cathcart Towers?
Yes!
In a safe deposit?
Yes!
Who has the key? Where is the key?
Wanda struggles inside Otto's mouth, moving his cheeks. Ken agonizes. Then
In the tank.
Otto flies to the tank.
Treasure chest!
Otto pulls the treasure chest out and opens it with a flourish. He stares, shows it to Ken. Ken is astounded.
Where?
Ken hopelessly shrugs. Otto swallows. Ken screams.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ken, but your answer was incorrect.
Otto twists a piece of cloth around Ken's head, covering his mouth. Ken continues to make muffled noises.
Still, you really thought the key was there, didn't you, pal? So,
He ponders, glances at his watch. Strange sounds are coming from Ken, who is turning purple.
what? Oh,
He removes the chips, allowing Ken to continue breathing. He glances at the chips.
ugh.
Squeamishly, he tosses them into the tank. Then,
I know who will have that key.
interior, lobby, Old Bailey, day. Wanda, flanked by the court usher, holds a telephone.
Yes?
Interior, George's flat, day. Otto is holding the receiver. Ken, demented, is in the background.
I know where the loot is.
Interior, lobby, Old Bailey, day. Wanda thinks.
Where?
Where's the key?
Long pause.
I have it.
How soon can you get to George's flat?
The same usher appears. Wanda covers the mouthpiece.
Miss Gershwitz?
Discuss with.
Yes?
You're wanted in court.
Soon. What? Of course.
She puts the receiver down and hurries off with the usher. Interior courtroom, day. In the courtroom, Percival is looking resigned. Archie impassive and George downright smug. Wendy sits forward to watch as Wanda enters the witness box. Archie gives a furtive, moonstruck look at Wanda, who takes a Bible from the usher and reads it from a card, fingering her locket as she does.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Wendy has seen the locket. She is less than gruntled. Archie rises. He is being professionally casual.
You are Wanda Gershwitz of Kipling Mansions, Murray Road, London, W9.
Yes, I am.
Do you know a Mr. George Thomason?
Yes?
Do you see that person in the court today?
Yes, he's over there.
How do you know the defendant?
We had a relationship for 2 years.
Relationship?
Relationship?
Sorry.
We're lovers, my lord.
Now, Miss Gershwitz, on the 4th of May of this year, in the morning, where were you?
I was at George's apartment at Little Venice.
Were you by yourself, or was anybody else present?
I was with another person,
And who was that?
my brother.
And did your brother
Yes.
George looks startled.
Are you sure it was your brother?
Mr. Leach, I'm sure Miss Gershwin can recognize her brother. She's had a relationship with him all her life.
Well, was anyone else present that morning?
Well, George was there.
Thank you.
George relaxes, still puzzled.
But he left about 5 to 7.
Wanda,
The judge turns sharply to Archie. When he sits up, eyes flashing, Archie realizes his mistake.
I wonder.
Archie looks around the courtroom, wondering. He sees Wendy and goes totally blank. A long pause. George is ominously still.
Yes, Mr. Leach?
Archie tries to recover.
Wendy, when you say 5 to 7, Miss Gershwitz, how can you be so sure?
I looked at the clock. I thought, where can he be going now that with that sawn-off shotgun?
Darling,
Archie realizes and stares up at Wendy and rises and starts leaving. The judge is astonished.
Darling, Mr. Leach?
George suddenly moves. He vaults over the front of the desk and hurtles toward Wanda.
Mr. Leach, darling?
yes, dear.
Oh, whoops. George suddenly moves. He vaults over the front desk again and hurtles toward Wanda. My bad.
You bitch, you lousy fucking bitch.
He is intercepted by a solicitor or two who have been sitting at the central table and by a court usher who has been standing by the jury.
Restrain that man!
But George breaks free, gets to the witness box, and grabs Wanda, who screams. Archie grabs George from behind, wrestling him away from Wanda. George hits Archie, who reels back and lands. He lies quietly in the well of the court, thinking about things. The activities around him take on a dreamlike quality. People pile on the top of George. Wanda plays shocked and innocent. The judge restores order.
I'm adjourning the matter for an hour. Take the prisoner below.
The judge leaves by his private door behind his chair. The melee continues.
Clear the court! Clear the court!
Everyone starts to leave, including all the solicitors at the central table, the jury, the ushers, and the police, who hustles George back to the dock and down the stairs beside it. Wanda is ushered by an usher and a policeman. She is passed by Wendy, coming the other way. As a policeman tries to stop Wendy, she calls.
My husband, he's been hit.
She approaches Archie, who is rising unsteadily to his feet. He sees Wendy.
Ah, you made it.
Wendy checks. She can't believe this. Archie indicates his eye.
Bit of a knock, I'm afraid.
Wendy slaps him right on the spot. He staggers and falls.
I enjoyed that. Well, Archie, I know what's been going on, and that's it. See you in court.
She storms off.
Very fair, yes. I agree, that's it.
An usher appears suddenly behind him.
The judge wants to see you and Mr. Pressville in his room in 10 minutes.
Tell him an hour.
What?
This is a fracture. I've got to get treatment.
He suddenly strides off toward the exit. The usher goes in the other direction. But instead of leaving the court, Archie stops at the top of the steps, leading down to the calls. He sees Wanda. Interior foyer, Old Bailey Day. A policeman and an usher are restraining Wanda by the entrance to the court.
Why can't I go?
Well, you're still under oath. The court is being reconvened and... Archie disappears. Wanda fakes mini breakdown. Are you all right?
Poor George. I couldn't lie, you see.
She gasps for air and acts ill. Interior cell, Old Bailey day. George is sitting looking pretty disappointed. The two warders are with him. Archie walks in. George ignores him.
George,
What?
we've got to talk.
Tell those pigs to fuck off.
Fuck off, pigs.
This causes real surprise among our Blue Bottle friends, who stare open-mouthed. Even George is half-thrown.
Did you hear what I said?
The policemen go.
What's she up to?
What are you up to? You called her Wanda and darling.
I've been helping her get her evidence straight, you Burke. It slipped out.
You've been coaching her.
Of course! Look, we've got 10 minutes. They're going to find you guilty. If you plead guilty now and say where the loot is, you may get away with 8 years. Out in 5.5.
Suppose I turn in Otto and Wanda.
They did it with you. They did it with you.
George nods.
Better still. Great. Maybe 6 out in 4. So where's the loot?
Where's Bartlett?
He's upstairs trying to calm things down. Where is it?
Tell Bartlett Kin'll show him where it is.
George, it'll be a lot quicker if you tell me.
George remains silent.
Okay, I'll tell Bartlett. Where's Ken?
At my flat.
Interior stairs between dock and cell day. Archie flying up them. He reaches the top, emerges by the dock, and looks into the foyer. He sees a distraught Wanda with the policeman and the usher by the washrooms. Wanda disappears into the ladies. Archie walks into the foyer. Interior foyer, Old Bailey day. Archie strides through the foyer into the street. Exterior, Old Bailey day. Archie hurries along with the side of the Old Bailey, turns a corner, and sees Wanda coming through the windows some way away. She hurries across the road and tries to hail a cab. The cab does not stop, and Wanda goes in search of another. Archie hurries across the road, takes her by the arm, and hurries her away from the Old Bailey.
Come on.
What are you taking me?
Buenos Aires.
What?
Archie hurries with Wanda trotting beside him along relatively crowded pavement.
But we're going to George's flat first.
Wanda stares.
Okay.
Archie bumps into a young man and sends him flying. They reach Archie's car.
Here, get in.
They get in. Archie checks his briefcase from his passport. It's there.
Okay, keep your head down.
Drives off in the direction of the car faces, back toward the Old Bailey. The young man stouts whimsically after them. Exterior, Old Bailey day. Archie ducks down as the car passes the Old Bailey. Various court officials and policemen are buzzing about. Interior car day.
Sorry I ended the relationship.
Wanda tries to recollect this.
But it's back on.
Fine.
Now, why did you blow the alibi?
I was telling the truth.
I know. Why break a lifetime habit, Wanda?
Exterior, London streets day. Archie's car takes a corner pretty fast. Interior, Archie's car day.
Would you like me to repeat the question, Miss Gershwitz?
I wanted to be with you, Archie.
What?
I love you, Archie.
Oh, balls.
Exterior, Suburban street day. Archie's car drives by fast. Interior car day.
Otto. Knows where it is.
He must have found out from Ken.
Okay, we've got to move quick, Wanda.
Yes, but Archie.
She suddenly recognizes where they are. Interior, George's block day. Archie's car screams up to the curb. Interior, Archie's car day.
Archie!
But Archie kisses her hard and leaps out of the car.
Keep it running.
He sprints into Kipling Mansions. Wanda calls after him.
No, Archie! Archie!
She starts climbing across the driver's seat from him, but Otto appears from nowhere wearing a cattail's hat.
Hi. I thought he'd finished it.
Interior, George's flat day. Archie flies in and is astonished by the sight of Ken.
Ken?
Yeah. Archie sees the gag and gets it off.
Are you Ken?
Ken nods, but a car crash outside makes Archie run to the window distractedly. Exterior, George's block day. Archie's POV, Otto is pulling out, has caused an accident. The other driver has gotten out of his car and is advancing on Otto, remonstrating. Otto rolls the window down and fires a shot, knocking the driver's hat off. The driver runs for his life. Otto waves at Archie and drives off, with Wanda staring back to the rear window. Interior, George's flat day. Archie struggles with his amazement and turns to Ken.
Where have they gone? What's the matter? Are you ill? Have you got it? Have you got a stutter? Okay. Don't worry. Where have they gone?
Archie unties Ken's wrists and ankles as he stutters.
Take your time. Yes. Yes.
Ken's attempt to say Cathcart Towers is a record-breaking stutter.
Oh, come on! Sorry. Sorry. Slowly. Slowly. Sing it. Wait.
Archie checks his pockets, nothing. He sees a ballpoint pen on the desk and runs to get it.
Here, write it.
Ken takes it. Archie finds a magazine. Ken starts writing, but the pen won't work. Archie shakes it. Ken grabs it back. Archie runs back to the desk, but Ken has found a pencil. He starts to write very unsteadily. Archie waits. Ken pauses. Archie grabs the magazine and reads what Ken has written on it.
She's gone to the...
Archie slams it back down. Ken resumes writing. The lead breaks. Oh, man. A moment of disbelief. Ken tries to continue writing, but it won't. Archie runs around, sees a pencil with its cap off, but of course it's dry. Ken is trying to find a knife to sharpen the pencil, but all the kitchen ones are useless. Archie joins Ken in the kitchen, up into a drawer, but can't find a suitable knife. Then he sees Wanda's typewriter in a bedroom and runs to it. He hits a key. Nothing. He stares and starts trying to switch it on. Nothing causes it to work. He checks the plug. It's out of socket. Come on. He puts it in, switches it on, opens the drawer. No paper. He's frantic. He sees a Kleenex box and tries to feed a Kleenex in. It gets mangled. Ken runs up with a toothpaste tube and tries to write with the paste of the dressing table surface, but the paste won't obey his wishes. Oh, man. Archie suddenly sees a penknife on the window ledge.
Look, knife.
He grabs it and opens it.
Where's the pencil?
They look around. They have lost it. They run around incredulously. They can't find the pencil anywhere. Suddenly, Ken holds it up. Triumph! But they've lost the knife.
I gave it to you!
Archie runs out of the kitchen. Ken hot on his heels. He's found an electric carving knife. He tries to sharpen the pencil with it. Blood spurts everywhere. Ken runs off into the bathroom for repairs. Archie sees a ketchup bottle, grabs it, and starts emptying it.
Ken, here. Write in this.
But the ketchup won't flow. Ken appears holding a newspaper as a tourniquet. Archie grabs the paper and runs the typewriter with it, tears off a sheet, and puts it in. It goes dead. He is about to throw it out of the window, which Ken grabs him and drags him across the room and points to the wall. He's written Cathcart Towers there in blood. Archie stares.
Cathcart Towers?
Yeah, the Cathcart Towers.
Where?
That's and mine's plain.
The airport?
Exterior London streets day. Oh my god, that was awesome. Ken hurtles along on his motorcycle with Archie clinging on behind. Exterior Cathcart Towers Hotel day. Otto and Wanda run from Archie's car. They hurry into the hotel. Exterior London streets day. Ken and Archie pass a Heathrow Airport sign. Interior security box day. Cathcart Towers Hotel day. Otto and Wanda conclude their business. Wanda holds her hand luggage with unusual affection. Otto surrenders a key and card to a reception clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
They hurry off in the direction of the check-in desks. Exterior Cathcart Towers Hotel day. Ken's motorcycle skids to a halt, and Archie sees his car illegally parked, surrounded by a traffic warden and a policeman. He runs to it, leans in, and takes the passport out of the briefcase.
Shan't be a moment.
He chases after Ken. Interior airport check-in area day. Wanda looks up at the Rio flight details on the information board as Otto checks in.
BA 313, last call.
Smoking or non-smoking?
Smoking. Interior Cathcart Towers Hotel lobby day. Ken and Archie look around frantically. They run off toward the check-in area. Interior airport security day. Wanda's hand luggage passes through the security scanning machine. Wanda, whose coat bulges, waits to collect it calmly. Otto passes through the security frame and with a brilliant and outrageous maneuver involves physical dexterity and deceit, takes the gun with him. Wanda is momentarily shocked but bites her tongue as they hurry off together. Wanda checks her handbag. Interior airport check-in area day. Archie and Ken look around hopelessly. No sign of their quarry. Ken suddenly tugs at Archie's arm and points above a distant check-in desk. Their POV, a sign reading BA 313 Rio de Janeiro. Interior airport check-in area day. Archie and Ken look around hopelessly. No sign of their quarry. Ken suddenly tugs at Archie's arm and points above it. No, that repeats itself. Interior long corridors leading to departure lounges day. Wanda and Otto hurry along. As they pass an empty departure lounge, Wanda looks around, gasps, and pulls Otto into it, out of sight.
Look out, police.
Otto peers back, but can't see anything. Wanda catches him. Otto falls. Interior check-in area day. Archie is waiting breathlessly as an airline employee finishes a phone call and puts the phone down.
We can just do it, Mr. Leach. Luggage?
He starts writing speedily. Behind him, Ken passes on a luggage cart and disappears down a chute. Archie is startled. The employee looks at him.
No luggage. Don't really need it.
Interior quiet airport lounge day. Wanda crams the rest of Otto into the broom closet and closes it. It locks. She sees Otto's boarding pass on the floor, picks it up, and stuffs it into the trash can.
Ciao, stupidissimo.
Interior corridor leading to departure day. Archie running at full speed. Exterior baggage handling area day. Ken arrives among some baggage and manages to disentangle himself. Interior corridor near the plane day. An Indian cleaner is sweeping near Otto's cupboard. A silenced revolver starts shooting away at the lock. The cleaner does not notice. Interior plane BA 313 day. Wanda is seated. She glances at the seat next to her and sniffs heliocephalically. She pats her hand luggage and pulls out People magazine. Interior corridor near the plane day. The Indian cleaner lies still as Otto gets the cupboard open and sprints off. Flash pan to Archie running, and we see Otto as he disappears into the departure lounge. Interior departure lounge day. Archie and Otto hurrying after another late arrival, Hutchinson. Hutchinson and Otto go around a corner, and Otto catches up Hutchinson.
Excuse me, sir. May I see your boarding card? MI5.
Oh, certainly.
British passport?
Yes.
Oh, look, the Queen.
Otto bonks Hutchinson on the head with his gun, puts it on the floor, and starts howling Hutchinson out of sight. Archie comes around and corner and can hardly believe his luck. He picks up the gun and sticks it in Otto's ribs as he straightens up.
Down the stairs.
Otto stiffens, but he goes down the stairs without arguing.
Okay, don't get excited.
Archie pushes him down to the bottom of the steps and shoves him against the wall.
Get over there.
Otto turns and he sees Archie.
Oh, it's you. You had me worried for a minute.
He takes his hands down.
Keep your hands up.
No,
Put them up.
I'll do you a deal. Keep one up.
Put the other one up.
Puts one up.
Put the other one up.
Otto puts the other one up and takes the first one down.
Which looks better?
He alternates raised arms experimentally.
I warn you.
What do you want?
I just want to tell you what a deeply unpleasant creature you are.
Correct. Now I've got a plane to catch.
Hold it.
What are you going to do? Shoot me, Archie? Gun me down in cold blood like a dog? Look, if you have something to settle with me, fight me.
Otto adopts Queensberry pose. Archie stares.
You're a man, aren't you? Well, let's fight like men.
All right.
Come on, then.
Okay.
Dramatic music starts. Archie puts the gun down and, oh, come on, Archie. And they circle.
Hey, you look good.
That's right, Otto. I used to box for Oxford, and I'm going to teach you.
Otto has picked the gun up. Archie stands, breathtaking, with his fists up.
Sorry, I changed my mind.
You.
He fires a shot, which rips the shoulder pad off of Archie's jacket.
Now, hands up.
No.
Otto shoots the other shoulder pad away. Archie puts up both of his hands.
Ha, you spineless bimbo. Where's your boarding pass?
Archie, now really scared, nods toward his breast pocket.
Get it.
Archie pulls it out.
Eat it.
Archie looks astonished. 2 more shots dismantle his jacket. Archie starts eating it very fast. Otto peers out into the landing field.
For your continued comfort and safety, out.
He indicates. Archie goes to the door. Exterior taxiing area day. They come out of the taxiing area. It's fairly deserted, bar 2 British Airway planes. The cement is being resurfaced, and there's masses of resurfacing equipment. Among this is a large barrel of black goo. Archie and Otto are moving toward it.
I have to shoot you now, Archie, but first I'm going to humiliate you, so get in the barrel.
What?
In the barrel.
Otto fires and removes some cloth in the region of Archie's crotch. Archie starts getting into the barrel, and he does so.
You English, you think you're so superior, don't you? Well, you're the filth of the planet. A bunch of disadvantaged, pompous, badly dressed, homosexual football hooligans.
Archie is in the barrel. We see behind Otto a distant steamroller.
Running a trash can of an empire. Declaring war on the Falkland Islands. Ha! The Falkland Islands! Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Bye, Archie.
Archie, up to his waist in disgusting substances, is staring past Otto with a look of amazement. Then he thinks quickly.
Like Granada?
What?
Like Granada. That was a triumph, wasn't it?
In the background, Ken is slowly bearing down on Otto.
You know your problem? You just don't like winners.
Winners?
Yeah, winners.
Like North Vietnam?
Shut up. We didn't lose Vietnam. It was a tie.
I'm telling you, baby, they kicked a little ass there. Boy, they yupped your hide, but good.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yes, they did.
Bullshit. America's the most powerful country on earth.
The most violent, the largest proportion of psychopaths in the Western world, the only nation on earth where Rambo could be a national hero. No wonder the mafia's based there. Look at your television. It's car crashes, American football, the most brutal game ever invented, and people being shot every 12 seconds. And if you get any decent leaders, you shoot them too. And then you pretend we're all supposed to be scared of the Russians?
The steamroller is now closer to Otto. Otto raises the gun.
And that's forgetting the violence you do to our beautiful language.
Oh, shut up. Bye, Archie.
Going to shoot me?
I'm afraid so, old chap. Sorry.
Old American debating trick, is it? When your argument the American way, win your argument the American way, blow his head off.
Cheerio.
Look, Otto.
Oh, that's good. That's original. Almost had me there, Archie.
Then Otto has second thoughts and glances over his shoulder and sees Ken bearing down on him. He is so tickled, but He unknowingly steps into some wet concrete.
It's Ken coming to kill me. And what's he gonna kill me with? A steamroller. Couldn't you find anything a little bit faster, Ken? How you gonna catch me, Ken?
He turns back to Archie, who is half out of the barrel.
Where was I? Oh, goodbye, chicken.
He aims the gun at Archie's head, but then pauses. He moves his shoulders oddly. He glances down, double takes as he sees he is standing in wet concrete and tries to move his feet. He can't. He starts to panic. He swivels around toward the steamroller. It's very close. Otto fires at Ken. The bullet skims at the end of Ken's nose, leaving a red tip.
Yes! Yes!
Otto pulls the trigger again. Nothing.
No, Ken, wait.
Remember Wanda!
Ah, Ken, this is the deal of a lifetime. 50-50, you and me, okay? 60-40, that's my final offer.
Revenge!
Wait, I've had an idea. You can have it all. Here's my boarding pass. No, please, I've just seen God. I'm born again. Thanks be to the Lord. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to...
The roller is very close. Otto has his boarding pass in his outstretched hand.
Oh, Ken, I can cure your stutter. Ken, I'm sorry I ate the fish. I'm sorry. Jesus, I said sorry, you cow!
The steamroller runs him over.
Revenge!
Archie is out of the barrel, but he watches in horror as Otto is squashed. A tiny blob loops through the air and lands on his cheek. Archie wipes it off with a finger. Where Otto had stood, there is a large patch of strawberry yogurt. Wow. A solitary hand is left. It holds a boarding pass, and Archie sees it.
George.
He comes back on the second run. Archie runs forward.
You bastard! You filthy!
Archie dashes over to the strawberry. There's over the strawberry yogurt in Otto's right hand. Archie takes the boarding pass and leaps out of the Ken's way as he thunders by again, flattening the hand which had frozen in a root sign position.
It's gone.
In as wide of a shot as we can afford, Ken runs over the yogurt again. Various folk and vehicles run toward Ken and his roller, shouting. Interior entrance of plane BA313 Day. Archie, in underpants only, is presenting the boarding pass to a steward. The cabin staff are all bemused. The steward leads him to his seat next to Wanda. Passenger stare. He sits. Wanda jumps and stares. Archie leans toward her. She moves to embrace him, but he leans past her, picks up her hand luggage, and places it between them. Wanda smiles. He puts his hand on hers. Finn.
Asshole. Yay.